are far smarter than you can ever imagine. There is no obstacle that you cannot overcome, no problem that you cannot solve, and no goal that you cannot achieve by applying your mind to your situation. Go on and
different, they mad new, but you know what I mean? Let's get it.
Hey. Oh, you know what's missing? The
cushion. So I usually have to join over one ear and I'm good, I'm popping, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Happy Monday, motherfucker.
Happy Monday, motherfucker.
How you doing?
Like, nigga.
I'm amazing. Thanks for asking.
Are you choosing violence this morning? Or are you feeling today?
Shorty, I have to. The weekend that I had, Untamed Legends, shout out to, what's their name? The Blue Party was this weekend. Elite Edge. Shout out to Naomi Happy. Much. Everything. You know I mean? Shout out to Torch for yesterday, for the pop-up yesterday, and Anacostia. And guess what I'm still doing? What? Drinking.
Still drinking?
I'm trying to hydrate.
You're not going to catch up like that.
What I gotta do?
You're not gonna catch up like that. It's gonna take you a few days to catch up.
It can't.
Like,
I don't have a few days, bro.
You're gonna have to get it. You're gonna have to get it, nigga. You're gonna have to get it. You're gonna have to get it. You know what I mean? Because you're just not gonna bounce back like that.
So let me let y'all in. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Let me let y'all in on a conversation that me and Tone had in the elevator, right? So Tone coming in. We talking about whatever. He in the elevator. He looking at me kind of strange, right? And
I was like, there's something mad different. I was like, her eyes were extra chinky this morning. She was real Chinesey this morning. I was like, man, Kiki, something's different with Kiki because she look real, y'all know Kiki because her eyes she has a little Oriental thing going on, a little China thing going on. But today, nigga, man, that joint was on 1 million in the elevator. I'm like, something not right.
He said, what's different about you? I said, I know. I don't have no lashes on. When I don't have no lashes on, you can't see my eyes. They are so super, super, super tight.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Super tight is good.
Super tight? Mm-hmm. Super tight. It better stay super tight.
I mean, they tight, baby. They tight. Tight.
Tight like that. All right, so it's another fine motherfucking Monday.
It is.
You know what I mean? Let's get this show on the road. You know what I mean?
Let's
all right, so
road on the show.
I've been on
the show.
So my thing is I've been on like a hiatus. I've been inside. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I'm always outside, and like I told you, I'm staying inside for a little while. So I missed out on everything this weekend because I was staying inside. Sometimes you need that fucking break. You know what I mean? Like, you always want to go. You need that fucking break to rest up and shit like that. And that's what I've been taking. Nothing personal to nobody. I still love y'all, but I just need some me time for me. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, I have to get ready for this fucking weekend.
Hey, what's this weekend?
This weekend coming, Saturday,
yes,
is Underworld Cookout.
Hey.
If you want to ride with us to New York, meet us at Maryland House. Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Kickstands up at 10 sharp. You know what I mean? It will be a nice controlled ride. It's not going to be
nothing crazy.
You know what I mean? Now, if you think you know where you're going and you want to break off and cut up a little bit, be my guest. be my guest. Just don't worry. A 14 will come chasing you. And a 14 will try you if you try that. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. I know for a fact if Dog is going, Dog, I'm going to be looking for you in that 14 on that fucking ride. I'm going to be looking for Dog in that 14 on that ride because hell yeah. Every time he motherfucking dip, I dodge. Let's go, baby.
I saw Dog yesterday.
Yes. You know what I mean? But Underworld Cookout, Barbecue Cookout is this Saturday, Springfield Park. Y'all know what the fuck time it is, man. We're going to have them games. This year, man, can y'all not be fucking real? It's not even childish. How y'all adults break fucking chairs playing musical chairs?
Because the chairs is cheap.
The chairs is not cheap.
Oh.
The chairs was not. Weren't you in on that game?
I was.
Weren't you in on that game last year, Miss Kiki?
That's why I said the chair's cheap.
It was not the chair.
That's my story.
Bro, when you got 4 motherfuckers trying to sit in one chair, the chair's not built for that rating. The seat, the weight rating, it cannot hold it, and it broke. Yo, they pancake chairs last year. I'm not playing. They pancake chairs. You know what I mean? Bruh,
that's my story.
I don't know what games they coming up with. You know what I mean? I don't know what games that they will be coming up with this year. We haven't talked to nobody to know what's on their mind. You know what I mean? Last year, they game and Blow.
You know Suck and Blow. Underworld won. All the Men.
No,
Wait a minute.
We didn't play that game.
Yes, your president did.
Your president played and won the game.
Your president. I got video. Now, don't make me have to do it.
He was demonstrating with y'all so y'all would understand. He was demonstrating. You know what I mean? Just pause.
Okay.
What happened, though?
I got video.
You got video of what?
Your president sucking and blowing and winning.
He didn't win. Moe won that joint. He was just kindly showing y'all how to play the game. You know what I mean? It sounds more fucked up than what it really is. It wasn't that bad.
That's why I don't understand what all the excuses and all of the cover. Like, bro.
But when you hear it suck and blow, you're like, pause.
I'm never.
So what you had to do was you had to suck down a fucking can of, or a bottle of beer. A
bottle of Corona.
Right?
Yeah.
You just suck down the beer, right? And then you had to turn around and blow up a balloon.
And you couldn't spill none of it.
Nope, couldn't spill no liquor. Couldn't spill no beer.
And
you had to
your
drink it all
president,
till the bottle was empty. No foam in the bottom or nothing like that. You had to turn the bottle upside down. It had to be empty.
Your president didn't leave a drop, bro.
Which president you talking about? Who you talking
about?
Rick James didn't do nothing of the such. Somebody tag Rick up here. Rick did do nothing of the such.
Ricky James.
Somebody tag Rick for me, please. One of y'all. You know what I mean? Tag Rick for this, for me, because I don't remember. I don't recall that. I don't recall that happening.
I got video, everybody. So
you have video?
Yes, I purposely have video. I got video of that. I got video of Cheese eating that hot dog and making love to it. It was fully dressed.
He was not making love to
I got video.
Hot dog.
Everybody, please go to Real Talk Uncensored page. At some point today, I'm gonna say these brothers know what they doing, and they like it. Now, if you in town this weekend, you would not be amongst the hot dog eating, sucking, and blowing Underworld members. Y'all can kindly go to Maryland Hill Riders Cookout the same day in Maryland.
There you go.
In Maryland.
There you go. But if not, if you want to take that control ride up there,
yes.
You know what I mean? It's not that. It's not a fucking balls to the wall crazy. Some of the Untamed Legends, Sassy and them rode with us last year. You know what I mean? The first time they did a long ride like that with us, and they was like, yo, they'll tell you. It wasn't bad, you know what I mean? We ride at the pace of the group. You know what I mean? We know we got a group of people riding with us. We're going to make sure everybody gets there together and start, you know what I mean? It'll be gas up in Maryland House. Yeah. The next 100 and some more miles will be a stop in New Jersey to gas up, and the next stop you in New York. It ain't nothing to it.
That's the only thing about, I could never. When I'm in New York, I have to be careful because, one, I don't know where I'm going. Two, my GPS be saying shit, and y'all streets fucked up.
Whoa. See, this is abuse right now.
Streets fucked up.
How are streets fucked up?
Jersey, too.
How the streets fucked up?
Jersey.
You just don't know how to drive them?
No.
But how are you trying to say?
You trying to tell me getting on the Jackie, the streets is dope on the Jackie?
You just gotta know how to ride them. You just gotta know what you're doing. You know what I mean? A New Yorker knows what he's doing when he gets on the Jackie.
I'm not a New Yorker. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean,
Yes, Liz. cheese.
It was not cheese.
It was cheese. Bro, I got video.
He was hungry. There was nothing else to eat.
And look, he was smiling. It was gawk somebody's thousand. It was
God.
fully. That hot dog was so dressed up. He was ready for an interview. He was ready for a date.
Oh my God.
He was ready for prom. That hot dog was dressed. Who we got with us today?
You know, every week we come up with a new name for this guy.
Yes.
Every week we got to come up with a new name for this guy.
Yes.
And why should this week be any different? What's up, LED bulb?
Hey!
LED bulb. It is the LED bulb. You know a bright white LED bulb? There you go.
Look, Scooter said, I like sucking. I ain't blowing shit.
It was a balloon, man. This underworld abuse will not be tolerated on this show.
He said it himself.
This underworld abuse will not be tolerated on this show. Will not have it.
Can I just ask who chose that particular phrasing for this game?
An underworld member.
It was something to be fun, and we were trying to come up with something fun. And my man Gaza, everybody loves Gaza. Y'all know Gaza. And Gaza came up with this game because Gaza usually comes up with the games. And Gaza thought it would be funny. It was really designed for the women to play. And one of our male members was simply showing the young ladies how to play the game, so they can do it right. That was all he was doing, was showing him how to play the game. That is Underworld Story, and that's the story we're sticking to. Really, Kiki? Can I help you? You know what I mean?
It just wasn't no female around that y'all can say, hey, come here.
Well, we had to show them what to do. He had to show
No,
them
that should
what
have
to
been
do.
done. That should have been done prior to. Y'all should have done that shit during y'all morning session, during y'all church.
So pause now. You know what I mean? My chapter was riding to New York. New York had already set it up. By the time we get there, New York has already got things set up.
Bro, the game. Listen, because I hear
Gaza.
you're reaching. You're reaching. So what I'm saying is this: during the conception.
The conception.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Y'all should have said, "Hey, get a chick over here." During the planning phase.
Okay.
So y'all didn't come up with that shit when you got off your bike and you just went over to the chairs.
So Gaza. Let me say once you get Gaza came up with these ideas, right? And this was Gaza's idea, and we supported. We was like, okay, because Gaza had games. Okay, that's cool. We're all gonna be on the same, And it was Gaza's game. I don't know what games Gaza has come up with this year. I will have to talk to Gaza.
I cannot wait.
You know what I mean?
It's probably going to be called pegging or butt plug or something. It's going to be something.
Why would it be?
Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be?
We're underworld. We don't tolerate this nonsense.
Fucking suck.
Underworld.
Why
Suck and blow.
It's
Fucking suck and work. That could be a game.
It could be a game. And
Fucking
it will
suck.
be. If Underworld is involved, it will be. Good morning, funny Joey.
We're not that bad. You know what I mean?
Okay, you're not. You're awesome. You're fucking amazing. If you
You're
ask
fucking amazing.
me, you're amazing.
We're an amazing group. We just do funny shit together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Stay tuned for the new changes, the newfound changes that are coming. Yeah. But,
So, were you able to since you were home, were you able to partake in some of the preseason games at all? Because the NFL season is about to kick back off, y'all.
I dibbled and dabbled here and there, but lately I've been binge watching The Chi because I've never watched it. I've never watched The Chi, and it's got me in the chokehold like a motherfucker right now.
So you didn't.
I didn't really, but I've been in the chokehold. I mean, when I say binge watching, sitting there watching this shit because this shit started off like what the fuck, and I'm a big fan of The Chi. You know what I mean? I am not up to the new season yet, so shut the fuck up, please and thank you. But I am on season 5. So
the answer to my question is no.
No, I didn't. You know what I mean? I just took completely off of everything. I was just completely lazy. I binge watched my shows. I stayed in the house. I napped. I rest. I laid on the fucking sofa. My dogs laid on the sofa with me. I didn't do shit. Like I said, I was taking. You all should do that at some point in time, man. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you really need that break away from everything. It'll be there when we get back.
No, it will be. Everything will be. So let me let you in on something.
What up?
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Somebody picked up Zeke. The Patriots.
Patriots picked up.
What you think about that look?
I think that's. I think it's gonna be good for him.
Me too.
I think it's going to be good for him. I think he's going to work well in that system. You know, I think he's going to be good.
I think it's controlled, and I think that he needed some more structure. Like I don't think we had it enough. Like you didn't push him. I think Belichick is the one to me to whip a nigga. Yeah, I think he'll get you football ready, even if you don't stay. Because I think he only got like a 1-year contract or something like that. But I was sad to
even
see
if he
him
got
go.
a 1-year contract and he performs, New England will keep him. They'll hold on to him.
Yeah, I think he does have more in the tank, and we didn't. People were saying he didn't, but I think we're going to see. If it's more in that tank, you're going to see it.
So if that's the case, how much does Dak have left in his tank?
He doesn't. And you know what I'm mad? You know what I'm mad at? I'm yelling. You know what I'm mad at?
Oh, now you're a yeller. Okay.
Yeah. I'm mad that they're not playing him during these preseason games because every time he come out, he ends up flat. Every single time he come out, he's flat because he needs to do what's his name? Mahomie. Mahomie was playing and they was killing people all week.
You should let your starter play. You know what I mean? So he can get in the sync. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
with everybody.
He be coming out flat. So that's why and we lost the 2 games we played. We played Seattle yesterday and day for yesterday. We lost them. But
preseason
y'all
really,
looking good though.
But preseason doesn't hold any weight. You know what I mean? It's just preseason. This is what it is. Everybody's going to get a chance to play. Preseason is just a way for you to shape your team and who's going to be on that 53-man roster at the end. Okay. That's just all this is. That's all this is. I don't put a lot of emphasis and hype into it. You know, did they say my man Howell is the starter? Is going to be starter? Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Okay. You did
I think my Redskins. You know what I mean? I'm not going to keep calling them Commanders because fuck that. People want the name back.
Okay.
I think they're going to be exciting.
I watched the game.
I think they're going to be exciting.
And tonight they play the Ravens tonight.
Yeah.
So catch that game. I was excited to watch it, and I'm gonna fuck with a couple games over here and go just because I'm in the area and I just want to see.
Football season is back, bitches.
And y'all excited. So I would like to be amongst people. I said it before. I like to be amongst people who are excited about their team.
Are you still going to wear the cowboy stuff?
Absolutely.
Why would you do that?
I'm gonna paint my face. I'm gonna have a hat.
I'm definitely not going to the game with you.
Cowboy
ever.
boots.
Why not? Never going to the game with you.
Go with me.
If you would do that shit, I'd be like, yo, look.
Go with me.
You got to help.
She's retarded. You gonna tell him I'm retarded?
She's a little slow. She's something wrong with her. You know what I mean? I can't fuck with her because you know what I mean. I got her, but don't. No, baby. You know what I mean?
Hey, Scooter, are you on the? Did you get back in the band?
I don't think he did.
He didn't.
I don't think he got
Scooter
back.
Used to play. Okay.
He used to pay for the band. He used to play for the band. You know?
Okay. So, NFL question of the morning. We can move on. What you think about Shannon Sharp going to First Take?
It's going to be a yelling match. It's going to be a yelling match. You know what I mean? And I don't think it. To me personally, I don't see it as being a good look. I don't see it as being a good
at
look.
all. Nowhere.
You have 2 different personalities going to be on that show. They're not. They're gonna bump heads.
They're gonna be good cop, bad cop, or bad cop, bad cop. What you think? Who gonna take the high and who gonna take the low?
Bad cop, bad cop.
That is not gonna work. You're right. That's not gonna
bad cop,
work.
bad cop. You know what I mean? Come on. You know what I
A
mean?
is not
want to
gonna
see.
be wrong.
I want to see Shannon do something by himself. You know what I mean? I wanted to see him do something not with Stephen A. Stephen A. to me is a fucking asshole. I get it. You know what I mean? You're a fucking asshole. And I can't. He started, more I hear him over the years go by, he's annoying. His voice is annoying the fuck out of me. Like, dude, you're just a pain in the fucking ass. I don't think it's going to be a look. I don't think it's going to be a good look. But, hey, I still support Uncle fucking Shannon. You know what I mean? I want to wish him success with this shit and see what happens, but I still think it's going to be garbage.
Okay. So, anybody?
How do you know if you're ugly or attractive? I'm jumping right to the shit.
Get right into it.
I'm getting right into it. Getting right into this shit now. Come on, people now. How do you know if you're ugly or attractive? By people. This is by people's reactions, okay? Because everybody in themselves look in the mirror and be like, I'm pretty, I'm gorgeous. Women do it all the time. I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful. And I'm not knocking you for that. You are beautiful. You know what I mean? It's beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, isn't it? But how do you know if you're ugly or attractive by a person's reaction? Do you understand that? Do you know? Do y'all know? Do you know, Kiki?
I think you gonna tell me?
I'm gonna tell you.
Because I don't know.
People often make eye contact with you.
Okay, that's one way.
Yeah. You receive compliments on your appearance.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Is this for attractive people? This must be for attractive people. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to get a compliment if you're ugly. Or do people give ugly people compliments?
How to know if you're ugly or attractive? So if you don't get compliments, that means you're ugly.
That means you're ugly.
Yeah. If people
you know what I mean? And your
don't
appearance is
make
fucked up.
and
they don't make eye contact with you.
Yeah.
You're fucked up. Like
Yeah.
you're hideously look. You're hideous looking. They don't want to look you in the face.
No, not hideous. It's
hideous.
just a little
You're
hard
ugly.
to stomach your face.
You only got a face that your mama can love.
It's hard to stomach your face.
It's hard to stomach your face? Yeah. Nigga, stop. Don't look at me. I just finished eating.
Oh, no, not you.
You know what I mean? You're often in relationships or dating.
Oh, I'm ugly then. God.
Huh?
I ain't never in a relationship.
But does that really hold weight, though?
I believe it holds weight.
Because you see a lot of ugly motherfuckers in relationships and dating, nigga.
I mean,
I'm just, what?
Okay, you're right.
What?
You're right. That don't mean shit then. You're right.
Strangers often smile at you. This is only if you're pretty and attractive. If you're ugly, strangers are not going to smile at you. They're going to look away in shame and disbelief. Just saying. If you are not that attractive, people will not smile at you. They will not look at you. They're not going to know. They're going to be like,
you will, because the smile is your look like that. You look.
Yo,
I think that could go either way. Because sometimes you so ugly, like all you can do
is laugh. Like, really?
Nigga, so funny looking.
What's your parents look like, nigga? Why you look like that? Oh. Okay. All right. People hold doors open for you.
Yes, I do get that.
So even if you're pretty, so if you're pretty, that's when you get the door held open for you. But if you're ugly, niggas just shit in your face. Like, bruh.
No, they would let that bitch. I've seen it. Like, I even me sometimes. Like, I'll be coming to the door, them niggas let that joint go. Like,
so I agree with Brandy. Brandy said some people look unapproachable. I give off that fucking vibe. Don't approach me, bitch. Fuck you.
Lene said, I'm black and ugly as ever. However, I stay Coogee down to the side.
God damn.
Torch said, ugly folks better have the best cologne or perfume and better get in that gym. Ain't no lie there.
They be lying there.
No lie there. No lie there.
Rick. What's up, Rick? Before I go any further about this, Rick, it was stated last year at our cookout that you were playing Suck and Blow.
Yep.
They recorded you playing Suck and Blow, and I said, right, that you were only doing this to demonstrate to them how the game is to be played.
Blue, you wasn't Rick sucking
No.
and blowing.
No.
She showed up too. I gotta ask. Come on, bro.
If Blue, okay, but Blue will tell you he was demonstrating how the game was to be.
He could have had her to do it.
She didn't know. She didn't
no,
know
that's
about
what I said. That conversation.
She didn't know. It was right there on the spot. It had to happen. It had to happen. Bam, there it is. And he did it. You know what I mean? Like, yo. Yes. Okay, back to these ugly people and attractive people.
And Brandy was ahead of us because the approachability factor is on there.
It's on there. We will get to that. But
okay.
she's right.
Okay,
you know
she's
I mean?
right.
People often mimic your actions.
I do that to
fuck with people. I do that to be an asshole to fuck with people. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if you're ugly or pretty. I'm gonna fuck with you like that. Just cause. Okay. Hair, clothes, and makeup mentions.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute what you got on. Hey, you looking good today. Yes.
You don't say that to ugly people? Ugly people can dress.
Some people don't see themselves. Like.
Okay, so here's my thing. Here's my thing, right? And I see this in a lot of women. A lot of women have friends, right? And you have that one woman that steps out with a group of fucking females like, what the fuck does she got on? Why is she wearing that? Do you look at her or do you look at her friends for not checking her?
No, she gets my attention.
She's going to get my attention.
Yeah, she will stand out.
Was she, okay, is that sometimes done to be, you know what I mean, just to stand out for people, to get attention? Or
it's just, it may not be my personal preference of what she has on. She might. And somebody else might like it. It's just if it's something that I wouldn't wear or something that just looks weird or whatever, I probably would look at it. But I wouldn't say that she was ugly because of it. But that's your style.
See, Blue said I do the sucking and blowing. Blue, that was just TMI for me, baby. I love you, sis. Sis, I love you, but that's just TMI. I really didn't need. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life right now.
Good morning, Brit.
All right, so Flirting.
Yep.
Flirting is a big thing, right? So now, do you get flirted with if you're fucking attractive, of course, but what happens when you're ugly? Do they flirt with you when they're ugly?
If I'm on my ugly nigga phase, because I got an ugly nigga phase. Like I
got ugly bitches. Like, all of them ain't winners, nigga. All of them ain't winners.
Sometimes I just get tired of getting shitted on by cute dudes. I go find an ugly dude who would appreciate me. And
wait.
Pause, that I show up with.
Pause, nigga, time out. That's just to boost your fucking confidence, nigga, because you were getting shitted on. No, I ain't going for that. Nah, nigga.
No, ugly nigga shit on me too, though, like, whole time.
See, Blue said it. I did not see, but if he did it, it was only for demonstration.
Torch says... Wow. So a demonstration validates the reasoning?
Torch,
oh, my goodness.
We're not doing this, Torch. Torch, we're supposed to be here. We're not doing this, bro. Like, come on now.
Torch, I said the same thing. I said the exact same thing.
Listen, this is what happens. It won't happen again no more.
When you're pretty, this is Brandy, people are either extremely accommodating or they immediately turn their face up at you.
This you should know. So pause now, because some of these ugly bitches is getting love too, right? And this is where the game gets a little fucked up at, because some people, right, are loving these. They gassing up these fucking ugly females. I mean, but these bitches are really not pretty.
Some people's trash is people's treasure. Like,
really?
What you think is
some
ugly?
People's trash is still my trash too, nigga.
It's your trash too. It might be somebody's treasure.
Okay, well, shit, nigga, you can have it. You can have it, nigga. I don't see what you see. You know what I mean?
Because you might think, like, Shawty bad as shit. And I'm like, she's not, though. The same way people be thinking, like, Beyonce not pretty. Like, some people don't think she's pretty.
She's okay.
I think, see?
She's okay.
And I think she's gorgeous.
I don't think she's gorgeous. I think she's okay.
I think Lori Harvey is funny looking, but everybody think that she bad as shit.
She's not bad. You know what I mean?
She's funny looking.
Laura London is
she's pretty. I don't care who looking at her.
I don't give a fuck what you say.
I don't care.
You know what I mean?
Who's
I let her grieve long enough. I'm trying to slide up in her DM. I let her grieve long enough. Fuck it, and she's looking real. She did a movie with the fat white guy.
Her birthday was. I mean, his birthday was just last week. So
what that got to do with anything?
Has started again.
Nigga, you gotta start all over again. And baby, it's been long enough, Lauren. Man, holla at me, Slim. You know what I mean?
I can't.
Shit, nigga, I can. For her, I can.
I can't with him.
Shit. All right. Friendly teasing.
Yes.
So that's like, but that would consider under flirting and friendly teasing. Is that you only do that when you're pretty?
A lot.
You only do that when you're pretty? You don't do that when you're ugly? Nigga, be careful with that one. Be careful. You don't friendly tease? Shit. I friendly tease if you're ugly, nigga. I don't friendly tease you if you're pretty.
I am a tease. Is that the same? I'm a tease.
You're a tease?
Yeah, you ain't getting shit. You ain't getting shit. I'm a tease.
I wouldn't know.
I'm a tease. If you was on that side, you would know, but you're not on that side.
I'm not on that side, so you know what I mean. But you hear what Kiki's saying. She is a tease.
I'm a whole tease.
You
can look at it, but you ain't getting none. You probably can even smell it, but you ain't getting none.
How's he gonna smell it?
Because I'm gonna rub my. I mean,
Lord, I don't even know how to respond with that. I gotta look. Let me get back to the page to move forward, because I don't want to know what you're gonna rub. You know what I mean? All right. So the approachability factor is what Brandy said earlier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The approachability factor. If people often approach you for directions or small talk, they are likely to find you approachable and attractive. Your friendly demeanor and appearance are drawing them in.
Yep.
So what happens when you're ugly? People don't approach you?
Not for these reasons.
Well, what reasons would they approach you if you were ugly, Kiki?
To give you dog food, Tone. Duh.
Yo! You need a Scooby snack?
To hit him with your penis across the face. Excuse me, y'all.
Here, Fido, down, boy. Sit right here. What the fuck? Oh, Lord. All right. Okay. What is this, the last but not least? Last but not least is true beauty.
Yeah.
While these signs can give you an idea of physical attractiveness, remember that true beauty is is more than skin deep.
Yes.
Confidence, kindness, intelligence, and sense of humor can make you incredibly attractive regardless of physical appearance.
And that's the bottom line.
This goes for ugly people. So I advise you, if you are ugly,
to have a sense of humor,
you better be funny.
Confident.
You better be intelligent. You better be a smart motherfucker too.
Kind as
And
hell.
you better be kind, because if you not, get in the gym, baby. Get in the gym and start working out and get that body together. Niggas is bound to come running to you.
I joined the gym, as a matter of fact.
You joined the gym?
Yeah, they got a gym. I told you that. I told you.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Before I get to there's other shit that I want to get to, but I'm going to get to that. I let you fucking mountain dwellers survive for a couple weeks. For the last 2 weeks or so, I haven't really rode into you. I haven't gone nowhere near y'all. Because, bruh.
The break over?
The break is over.
School is in. Oh, school today, too.
Yeah, my son's in first
So,
grade.
yeah.
Well, my daughter, she's been in school, though. She's been in school for like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now. Some shit like that.
So Tone had a chance to ride around now. The school is open. Come on
What
now.
did you miss, Rick? I'll call you later.
Later.
Brother. I'll call you later. All right. So we always go to the mountain. We get the fucking air. The air up there is completely different. The air is a little different for this white guy sitting over here for LED bulb. He breathes our air. You know what I mean? But every now and then, occasionally, he's going to have a dash of that air. It just happens. You know what I mean? The air on that mountain makes them act different and do weird shit. Mm-hmm. And for that, I bring you Top Tier Caucasity. This is only the whitest of the whitest news. You know what I mean? It doesn't get much whiter than this. An 8-year-old girl selling lemonade near an Ohio food festival had her operation shut down by local police after they received a complaint. Asia Baker, you hear the name Asia, so you know that ain't white. Asia Baker was selling lemonade in the alley outside of the business where her father works near Alliance Ohio Rib and Food Festival last weekend when she says a local police officer asked her to shut down the stand. Well, they were really sad that they had to shut me down, but they gave me $20 to try and pay for it, Asia said, explaining the officer gave her $20 for her to use to purchase the needed permit. Alliance Police Lieutenant Don Wenzel told WJTV that police received a complaint from festival organizers who seemed to be conflicted about their voicing their concerns, but ultimately officers are required to enforce local ordinances. I could definitely tell he did not want to shut her down, but I mean, you get a call, he has to do what he got to do. He definitely did the right thing, in the situation he was put in.
So, a mountain dweller
Was upset because this little black girl was fucking
selling lemonade at a food festival, and everybody else had to have their permit, and they was mad that she did not. So they called the police on her and had her shut down. She's 8.
She's 8 years old, though. She's 8 years old. She's a little kid doing a fucking little lemonade stand. Who gives a fuck about a permit? I mean, was she selling you a fucking joint for $1? Or, you know what I mean? I'd have gave her $2 for a cup of lemonade. I like lemonade. Rat bastards.
So who was right and who was wrong? Literally and figuratively. Tone, you just listen. You got your stand. You making your donuts or whatever. You selling. You went and paid for your permit, and then right next to you is somebody who don't have a permit. You did all the paperwork, all the legwork, and that little girl did not drive herself there. Of course, her parents came. So would you not be upset, or would you be upset? Because if you can do it, we all can fucking do it. I mean,
at the end of the day, if I did all of that, you know what I mean, and I'm an adult, right? And I see this 8-year-old kid come sit next to me. Was the 8-year-old kid getting more business than you were? Okay. I mean, I'm trying to understand the psyche behind that. It's an 8-year-old kid. It's a little freaking kid, man. This is not. This kid can't hurt me or do anything. You know what I mean? If I'm confident with what I'm selling and I feel my product is going to sell, I'm not worried if you're next to me and you're selling something completely different. Now, if I'm selling lemonade and you're 8 years old and selling lemonade, well, your little ass got to get the fuck up out of here because motherfuckers going to look at you, oh, she's so cute to me. Bitch, fuck no, you cutting into my fucking profit. I got it. Yeah, nah. But if you're not affecting me, I could care less if you
And
did.
I wonder, here's where my thought processes went. Like, how did you know she didn't have one? Did you go over there and ask? Did you walk? Are they displayed?
You had to do something.
You had to do something. And then for you to call the police.
You had to do something.
Damn ass bitch.
Probably went over and was like, "You got a permit?" And she's like, "What's a permit?"
I'm
and
sure.
then it's like, I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. Hello? Telling asses.
A blood-smudged Florida woman suspected of murder accrued additional charges after she asked police for a soda, then poured it all over herself in an attempt to scrub forensic evidence from her body. Daytona Beach police said that Nicole A. Max, 35, was charged with tampering with evidence by way of Mountain Dew and resisting arrest with violence, premeditated first-degree murder in the death of 79-year-old Michael Sorelli, or whatever it is. Whatever it is. I'm not about to fuck up.
No. I'm thinking 79. You killed a 79-year-old.
Pause. I'm sorry why I was laughing, but this bitch asked for a Mountain Dew and poured it over her body.
To get rid of evidence.
Does
it work?
I don't know. I've never heard of no shit like that before.
We gotta go back. I'm gonna go back and see.
I'm not doing this Trump shit. Fuck Trump. You can do Trump shit. I'm not gonna do Trump.
We ain't gonna do it.
I'm not gonna.
You ain't.
Here's why I don't want to, because this nigga was indicted. You know what I mean? Under RICO charge. So hold on. This nigga went and fucking called out and told that district attorney or whatever it is down in Atlanta that she was fucking with the dudes from the RICO case, right? Mm-hmm. She turned around and put a RICO case on this nigga.
Yes.
Bruh.
Yes.
Bro.
Yes.
If Petty was a person, you gonna learn you can't fuck with niggas like that, nigga. Like, the fuck? All right.
So.
I have to jump right over here right now because our people do the most funny shit. You know what I mean? We can't help it. You know what I mean? Do you know I was on Instagram and I commented on some shit, I forgot what it was, and I was like, this is some nigga shit. Niggas gonna nigga. Mm-hmm. And somebody reported my comment. And fucking Instagram was like,
this goes against our community guidelines.
But hold on. I disputed it and won.
Of course.
And won.
Of course.
What's wrong with me saying niggas gonna nigga?
As I'm one. If nobody else can say that,
I can say that. You know what I mean?
Good for you.
This day on Niggas Gonna Nigga, this was some nigga shit. I know it's a nigga.
Of course.
I know it's a nigga. Bone Thugs and Harmony sign was stolen 2 days after the street dedication. Cleveland police on Sunday confirmed one of the Bone Thugs and Harmony street signs on East 99th Street has been stolen. The city of Cleveland renamed it E99th Street to Bone Thugs and Harmony Way on August 11, 2 days before police confirmed the sign was missing. Okay, pause. If you knew you put that sign up there, nigga, somebody got that shit hanging in their motherfucking bedroom.
In their basement.
In their basement, in their bedroom.
Their man cave. Bro.
Nigga, I would go out to Cleveland just to steal that fucking sign, bro. Okay, no bullshit. So.
You got a Jay-Z sign in your basement. You got a LL Cool J way.
So here's what's funny though, because I have another sign I have to go get, and I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it on the show. You're not gonna know what sign it is, where I'm gonna get it, but there's a sign I'm gonna get. This is a certain name that I have to have. You know what I mean? It was just like I found my last name, my old last name, as a street.
Oh.
So I would go take that. I'm gonna take the sign. Oh. It's only 2 bolts to hold the shit up there. Take the bolts down. Take the sign with you. Did you take it?
How you get up there?
Ladder.
So.
That motherfucking a little
so nobody saw you.
Off the late night.
Thought nothing.
Off the late night. Off the like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
This must have been back in the day, because now
I still do it now. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Get up there. Bop, 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 bop,
what year was this? Well, I guess it's.
This happened right now, but my shit happened some years ago.
So,
but you could get up there, you little take the shit down.
Was you in your work clothes? Did you?
No, I was just a nigga. I had on all black. I had on all black, so I climbed up there.
You pulled a caper.
Yeah. I the fuck? I used to pull capers all the time. If I was in Cleveland and saw that sign, I would have did some nigga shit and took the fucking sign myself.
It is in the man cave. Look, look. That I said I would have done it.
See, people would have taken the shit and put it up there. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm gonna do the shit myself too,
bro.
I'm just saying, all right. You think it's a game? You know what I mean?
So when they go back up, they're going to take the shit again, ain't they?
Somebody else is going to take the shit.
No, they probably going to double do some shit.
I don't give a fuck. Niggas is creative, man. You go ahead and put that shit up there. They going to pull that shit right down. It's going to be a minute before niggas stop taking the sign. You know what I mean? Give me a minute. You know what I mean? Just accept the shit. You ain't never been to somebody's house and seen them have a stop sign in their basement and shit like that. Nigga, back in the days of my man's room, we had a big stop sign in the joint. I was trying to understand how my man had one of the fucking light joints. The whole light joint. The whole street, the whole stop light, the red light, yellow, green light, yellow. He had one in his room, and I was just like,
you know how big them joints is?
He had the shit in his room.
You do know how big it is.
I know, but he had the shit in his room.
And Tone.
Back then, I didn't think nothing of it. I was just like,
he probably put that joint in the trunk.
I don't know. I just want to know, how the fuck did you get it down? Where did you steal the shit from, bro? You know what I mean?
What street value? Like what? Yeah.
It's hood shit. It was hood shit to have back in the day. And niggas
I'm trying to think of hood shit. Like I think the extent of hood shit I seen people basements was they had 1,900 bottles of Hennessy empty.
I just made a post about that the other day.
And what's that for?
I just made a post about that the other day. I'm trying to still understand the psyche on it. Some people had some valid reasons. Like,
what they say?
Some of the people were like, sentimental value. You know what I mean? This bottle represents something.
My liver.
You know what I mean? Like,
money, how much I
spend? For me, it's some nigga shit. I don't understand that. It's some nigga shit to me. They're like, if I go
empty.
Why? If there's nothing in it, I don't want to keep it.
Now listen, when I went to New York, when I was dealing with this dude in New York, they had he used to like Hennessy, right? And they had like this I guess it was a special edition bottle that had colors all on it. Now I kept that because it was cute.
Okay.
Hennessy is trash, by the way, but that bottle was extremely
cute.
So
here's a prime example. The 50th year anniversary Hennessy bottle, I bought it. I won't open it. I'm not going to drink it. I'm just going to keep it as a souvenir. Just because it's 50 years of hip-hop, I'm keeping it. And then because in a couple weeks I turn 50, so yeah. Okay. I'm keeping the bottle. But I'm not going to open it and drink it or anything like that. No. I can buy other bottles of Hennessy and drink it. I'm just keeping it as, you know what I mean, as a souvenir. Now that I'm going to keep, but it's going to have liquor in it. I don't understand if you drink some shit, especially, you know niggas. Niggas got them old empty bottles of E&J up there. Well, Christian Brothers. Why, nigga, why? Why do you got that? I'm guarantee you go to somebody in the hood's house now, you go to their house, and they got the fucking bottles of empty fucking liquor bottles up top around there. Why? What is the purpose? Well, I drank all these. Nigga, so what? I don't give a fuck. What's the purpose of keeping them? That's some stupid ass shit, nigga. When you move, don't break my bottles. I got to keep moving.
Look, Liz said she need that Broadway sign, nigga. Help her out this weekend.
Shit.
Look at him. Look, he's thinking about the shit, too.
I have to do something. Strap that shit to the back of the bike, going down the way. Make that my tag, going down the way, Broadway.
Bro. And look, Tweety said, right, is at the top of the stairs with a sign, with a one-way sign.
Yes! Go downstairs! I'm trying to tell you see shit like that, man. You see shit like that, yo.
I bet not never. Hey, Chino, it is hood nigga shit. I bet not never, Tone, come to your house and you got a whole street light in the basement. Please
if I got a street light in the basement,
it better be lit up.
Bro, I'm not going to have, but this nigga had one in his room.
Was it lit up, though?
Yeah, in his fucking room. I don't know. I don't ask questions. I didn't ask no questions. It was there. It was in the fucking corner of the room. Lit up. You know what I mean?
A real one.
Yes.
Changing lights?
That's what I'm
saying. The red light, the yellow light, green light. He had it lit up in the fucking corner of his room.
He nigga rigged that.
Ain't no outlet.
That's what I said. Ain't no plug.
Hold on. You ain't seen niggas back in the day be fucking stealing power from outside? Niggas know how to steal shit and light shit up. They ain't worried about all that.
A street light?
How the fuck did you get it down? I never asked. You know what I mean? I mind the business of playing me. I was like, that shit was kind of hot, though. I ain't gonna front. That shit big as shit, though. But it was kind of hot.
Tone, I know you had to squeeze by that joint. I know it wasn't no room.
It was in the corner of the joint. And you want to know the surprising thing? He was white.
Oh.
He was white.
So tell us.
He was white. So if you thinking it was a nigga, it wasn't a nigga. It was a white boy that had the shit in his room.
Well, let's ask LED light bulb.
Oh, LED light bulb.
Today, how does one get down?
See, the first thing that came to my head was just someone with like a ladder in the middle of the street, just like kind of cutting it out.
I don't know.
I don't know how that would
Maybe
work.
it had to fall because them joints heavy.
That's
They're
what I'm
heavy.
saying.
I can't tell you. All I can tell you is the nigga had it in his room and it was lit up.
All right.
If you just like found it on the side of the road, maybe like.
Maybe he worked for the people. Maybe he worked for the people that make them. Yeah, and one fell off the truck.
I didn't inquire. I didn't know. I just saw it in his room. I was like, oh, that's kind of hot, kind of big.
It fell
hot.
off the truck.
Huh? It fell off the truck.
My question's still gonna be how he lit it up. Like.
Right. We gonna ask him. What you call?
I'm
Call
gonna hit him up
Charles.
and I'm gonna ask Charles.
Isn't it called Charles?
It's got to be Charles. It's got to be Charles. Chuck.
Chuck. Chuck.
Hey, Chuck. How'd it go? I mean, but yeah.
Okay, niggas.
All right. Back to these niggas. A passenger has been filmed urinating on the floor of a plane cabin, and footage was shared online. The woman who can be seen.
You don't want to read it, Tone.
The woman who can be seen squatting in a corner with her trousers down claimed the flight attendant would not let her use the toilet on board for a number of hours. The clip was uploaded by aviation website AirLive, which reported that it was filmed on a Spirit Airlines flight. Well, it doesn't surprise me. The location of the plane and departure and arrival points are unknown.
There's a video.
A woman.
It's coming. It's coming. Yes,
woman.
and she was squatting.
A woman.
And guess you see what you see who did this?
Because when you said urinated on the floor, I was thinking like a nigga was just drunk or something like that, and
No,
yeah,
she was
you know.
pissed off. She was pissed off.
It's honestly a fucked up video. I mean, like they kind of like weren't letting her go to the bathroom. Like,
How the
what else
fuck
are you
could you
supposed to-
not let a
That's
person?
what I'm saying.
And how you don't let me? My grown ass going to pee.
How you gonna stop a motherfucker from peeing or going to the bathroom?
Can't stop her from peeing, cuz.
Yeah, but how you gonna stop a nigga from going? If a nigga gotta go, you gotta let a motherfucker go to the bathroom.
And for a number of hours, and then you got up. Look, don't they do this to you all day? Like you got some up front.
There's
you got
signs.
some-
There's signs pointing which way the bathrooms are. Somebody probably has those in their man cave.
See?
You know?
See? Did you find it? There it is. Can you?
She was really sitting in the corner.
My nigga.
It looks like she just squatting right there.
I need 2% 2 hours. You tell me you cannot, you close the door.
Oh, wait,
Say hello to the camera.
She was really fucking peeing
And
herself.
look, she was cussing him out. That's what that's saying. She was actually cussing him out. Look at this shit.
How disgusting.
I need 2% 2 hours. You tell me you cannot, you close the
I don't know what happened, but
door.
Just say hello to the camera.
But that's what she was doing. She was cussing him out. Niggas. Now that you said Spirit, it makes perfect sense, says Chief.
The plane is stopped, you sick. I cannot hold the pee.
Vivian, no, she was not white. You see this?
I see that.
You saw it. Look,
She was
can't
in the
make
corner
shit up.
peeing, and I thought I saw the water just coming out from under her, the piss coming out from under her feet, but she was peeing.
Can't make
She
this
was
shit up.
looking.
Can't make this shit up. I forgot they was behind us on that. Can't make this shit up.
Okay.
So, get that, and then
LaSalle University student is now facing charges after scamming more than $500,000 while on the clock. Ariel Foster, 19, worked at the mall jewelry store in Burlington, Massachusetts. A 19-year-old college student hit the jackpot of robberies. She's accused of stealing over $500,000 from her job at a jewelry store to buy a Tesla, Hawaii vacation, and more. Police reported on 3 different days Foster scanned items for paying customers in February, but had increased the prices of each total. The cost of each item was refunded to a credit card belonging to Foster. Foster closed out 8 transactions that concluded a total loss of $547,187. God,
she's 19, yo.
She
bought a Tesla. You went to the jewelry store.
So you scammed them so
That's
you can buy a
nigga shit.
Tesla and go
To
to
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Nigga shit.
So I guess they heard her. They must have heard it. We didn't hear it, but they did.
Who did?
Because they were saying she sound like Mom Dukes. Mama, is that you?
Yeah, because we can't hear it and then we can't talk on top of what we used to be able to.
Ah, they said the seatbelt light was on.
Okay, so I'm jumping on some other shit.
Okay.
Nice things people do when they actually can't stand you. Listen to me again. I said nice things people do when they actually can't stand you. Y'all understand that? Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what people do.
Navigating social interactions can be tricky, especially when people's actions don't match their true feelings. Let's uncover some seemingly nice gestures that might be actually signs of hidden dislike. Not sure of the signs, but here are the few. If you have a couple, man, call me and tell me about it.
Yep.
Right? Okay, hold on. Get a little bit more in there.
And this is gonna wake some people up. Because
Okay.
you thinking you got a friend and you don't.
If you didn't hear me, carefully, let me say this again. Nice things people do when they actually can't stand you. Number one, they are overly polite. While politeness is generally a good thing, being overly polite can sometimes be a sign of insincerity. If someone is excessively formal with you, they might be keeping you at arm's length. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. How you doing, ma'am? I hope you're having a great day, Miss Lady. I hope you're having an amazing day. How are you today? How are you this morning?
Fine, thank you. How you?
You good? You sure about that? Yeah. If anything that we need you need help with, we can help you. Deep down inside, I wish this bitch would get the fuck on. Getting on my fucking nerves. I don't like this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So when somebody is overly polite with you,
They might not like you.
they might not like you.
Number 2, non-committal plans.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. It might wake some people up.
Ooh.
If someone is always saying, we should catch up soon, but never commits to a date or time, they might be trying to avoid spending time with you without outright saying it. That's a
Yo,
real
let's
one.
get together. Let's hang out. Let's get a couple drinks.
hit
Man,
my phone.
Hit me up sometime. We go out. When?
Somebody can't stand me. 'Cause
Obviously,
I get that.
these motherfuckers don't like you. Number 3, backhanded compliments. These are compliments that are actually contain a criticism or negative comment. For example, you are so brave to wear that outfit. I could never pull that off.
That's true. Number 4, ignoring or interrupting you. I believe this one. If someone consistently ignores your contributions to a conversation or interrupts you mid-sentence, it could be a sign that they don't value your input. I hate to be talked over. And I had a conversation with this dude in the shop the other day. I was like, I all but said, shut the fuck up. And what I said was, my backhanded compliment was this. I'm sorry. Did the last sentence in my conversation interrupt the beginning of yours? Didn't know. The ending of mine interrupted the beginning of yours.
Okay, here's another one for you. Mm-hmm. Number 5.
Yep.
Always busy.
Yep.
If someone is always too busy to spend time with you, it might be a sign that they're avoiding you. While everyone is busy, sometimes constantly being unavailable is a red fucking flag.
Yep. Lack of eye contact. While not always a sign of dislike, avoiding eye contact can sometimes indicate the person doesn't want to engage with you. And I do that. I
do that. You know what I mean? I don't have to have eye contact with you to have a whole serious conversation with you. Every now and then we'll eye contact, but most of the time I don't need to. I don't feel if you need to. It's not that I don't like you.
I'm an eye contact person. Like I believe I observe the laws of communication and dialogue. So I'm a person that does that, right? And when people don't look me in my face, or if I don't look you in yours, I don't fuck with you. Okay. I don't care that you hear or understand or get that sense from me. Fuck you.
Speaking of that,
yes.
Number 7 is short responses. Short responses. If someone consistently responds to your message with short or non-committal answers, like "Okay, cool," they may not be interested in maintaining a conversation with you. Mm-hmm. I do it all the time. Half the time, I'm texting. If I really don't want to be bothered with you, you're going to get those. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Bet.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Forgetting important details. If someone consistently forgets details important about you, like your birthday or your job, it could be a sign that they're not interested in your life.
If that doesn't get any more clear and apparent than that, if that's your fucking friend, they're going to know about you and they don't remember shit.
I have no friends, yo.
You have no friends? You don't remember shit about your friends?
No, they don't remember shit about me.
Really? What do your friends don't remember about you?
I get motherfuckers who say, "What's your work days again? What do you work? You off today?" I'm like, "No, nigga."
It doesn't mean that you don't have no friends, Kiki.
It means nice things people do.
That's exactly what it means.
They can't stand me.
Okay, so
yes.
Number 9 is rarely initiating contact. If you're always the one to initiate contact, it might be a sign that the other person isn't as invested in the relationship as you are.
People can't. I just made myself sad.
How did you make yourself sad?
Because all this shit.
Oh, so you realize you don't have friends? Your friends? Are you really feeling the nice things that people have been doing and saying to you?
They can't stand
your ass? Are you realizing that? Okay.
Avoiding physical contact is number 10. If someone consistently avoids physical contact like hugs and handshakes, it could be a sign that they're uncomfortable around you.
I can see that. You know
what I mean? Or they, yeah.
Passive-aggressive behavior.
Yep.
Passive-aggressive behavior is like giving you the silent treatment or making snide remarks that can be a sign of hidden dislike.
Facts.
Just some things
I have a
for
question.
you to think about.
Tone.
Ma'am.
How do you, if you're in a rush to go somewhere, how do you know you got behind the wrong car? If you're in a rush and you
Yeah, if I'm in a rush, I'm behind all wrong cars.
Every
car is wrong car.
How do you know you picked the wrong car to get behind?
Because everybody else is passing by, and I'm stuck behind this motherfucker. Drive slow as shit. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna dive in harder than that.
Okay.
You know how I know I got behind the wrong car?
How?
Because they got Virginia tags. That's one. 2, they're Hispanic or African. Listen, no disrespect to my Afro people. I love you.
Much disrespect.
But I don't like how y'all drive. If they got a Honda Odyssey, Tone, if they got a Honda Odyssey, I know I got behind the wrong car.
So you know you got behind the wrong car if they had a Honda Odyssey.
And if any of the cars look like something from Fast and Furious, I know I'm behind the wrong car because they're Spanish.
Hey, LED light, you got a paper towel over there?
Do you not agree with some of that? Or is that racial?
I don't agree with if you got Virginia tags. Because I done been behind Maryland tags. It doesn't matter.
Bro, chill.
I've been behind New York tags.
I'm
that
surprised.
was just like,
I'm surprised at them. Jersey too. I'm be surprised at them. Like, yo, you must have
drive.
That's a rental car. That's a rental car.
You know what I mean? Now, Orientals are one. Orientals are one. You get behind them. You know what I mean? I was always fucked up. You ever get behind an Oriental?
Yeah.
They drive slow as fuck.
No.
You know what I mean? It's an old Oriental woman drive slow as fuck. You know what I mean? Some niggas just make fun jokes and was like, yo, the only reason why they drive slow is because
they can't see.
They can't see.
They ain't got no lashes on like me.
But you're Oriental, but your eyes are open. You ever look at Orientals, sometimes their eyes are closed. Africans are the worst. They can't drive worth the shit. Hispanics are unfortunately bad too.
I believe because they're not supposed to be here sometime. And I think they scared, like they obey all.
Okay, so I thought that too. Like you're illegal and you don't want to get caught, so I'm gonna drive the speed limit. Bitch, if you don't put your foot on that gas pedal and go down the road. Okay.
So sorry if I offended someone. I did not mean to, but it's the truth.
If we offended you, fuck you. It's all right.
Okay, Tone. Can you give me some examples of male PTSD, things that cause male PTSD versus female PTSD. I'm gonna give you an example. I believe that what I mean by that is what I believe when that some things that women say can give men PTSD. An example of that is I'm pregnant.
That's not PTSD that you're giving me. That's fucking depression. That is depression.
That's PTSD.
It's PTSD?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you give me an example of PTSD, of how a male can give a female PTSD?
I don't love you anymore. I don't want to be with you anymore. That's not PTSD?
Well, not for me.
What you said, how can a man give you PTSD, right? Yeah. A man can give you PTSD by breaking up with you, especially if you really like the guy. Call it PTSD. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Not for me.
Not for you, but I'm just.
It can be if that's your history.
If you break up with somebody, you ever see the fucking females, because it's PTSD, like the females that lose their fucking mind because the nigga broke up with them? That to me is
it gives a female PTSD.
Mel. I love you, Mel. You my boo, but don't do that. Mel, you my Virgo boo. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, say it. Mel, don't do that. Mel, I love you, boo. She my boo. But don't do that. That's fucked up.
Tweety got it right. I know. When I see the person sitting in the dashboard, holding the wheel with both hands, yes.
They're fucked up to be.
Yes.
They're fucked up.
And no, I forgot one thing too. A handicap placard. You get handicap tags too. You see them, you already know, like, bruh.
Okay, fuck you. I will not be beat up on this show. I am being attacked by my viewers and my co-hosts. I'm being attacked right now because on my car I have handicap tags.
So
I got handicap tags and they're Virginia tags, and I will run y'all niggas over and move the fuck out the way.
But I would never get behind you, so you would never get a chance. Like I would never.
You would have to.
No,
I would pass you.
I would see your tags and be like, no.
I would pass you.
No. Another thing too, do you ever look in the rearview mirror and you see what color beard they got? Like they I see how old you are from behind you.
So I said this before. I've said this. I said, at a certain age, you should have to retake your driving test. Because at a certain age, when you have old people on the road, they drive so slow. You ever get the old ladies, the little old ladies that be behind the wheel like this,
car
and they
too.
barely see over the steering wheel, and they're like, nigga, no, this ain't gonna work, baby.
And then look, they get 4 car lengths of distance between you and the next car. Like, bruh.
Okay, so back to what you were saying, because Torch said, I'm pregnant, it ain't giving me PTSD.
He said, oh, it's not?
It's not.
Okay, you know what gives me PTSD?
What?
I mean, I think
can cause PTSD?
I think what can give you PTSD.
Okay.
If I say we need to talk. Men hate that. And I think
maybe if you said we can talk and then followed it up with something bad, then whenever he would hear we can talk from anybody, he would think
that's what I'm
automatically.
saying. So that's the PTSD, because you got to think post-traumatic stress disorder. So, you know what gave me PTSD from a man? The fact when I told him I was pregnant and he kirked out. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, whose is it? Like, we and you ain't been raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, or the second time I got pregnant, the same thing happened to me. He was like saying, how? Like, I know what I did, blah, blah, blah. So when I got pregnant again, I didn't say anything. So what I'm driving at is this. Because would you want to know, Tone, if I had an abortion by you? If you got me pregnant and I had abortion and I didn't tell you?
I'd be upset.
Why? If me and you if all we doing is just bumping. We just bumping. We ain't together. We just bumping.
If I don't give a fuck about you, then fuck you. Do that shit on your own. I could care less. I'm not even going to be there. I'm not even going to help you pay for shit. Fuck you. Figure it out.
Really?
If I give a fuck about you, yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there with you. I get used to these fucking headphones. I'm going to be there with you, right, to help you get through that shit. Because sometimes when you go through that abortion shit, it's a lot of mental shit behind that shit too. You know what I mean? Like, I was dealing with this female and we had to go get an abortion. I went with her. You know what I mean? I went with her to go get the joint. I sat with her after the joint. I mean, like, yo, it wasn't the old school shit where they sit there and run the white, but they gave you the pills. You know what I mean? And I stayed there with her, you know what I mean, until the shit was completely said and done.
So you're saying if I don't give a fuck about you, I don't care if you tell me or not.
Yeah, I don't give a
So
fuck.
then 20 years later, you can never be mad when you show up with your twin. When I show up with your twin, I run back into you and say, oh, guess what? You can never be mad then.
If you decide to do that and you come back at me 20 years later, I'm going to be like, I don't know who the fuck this kid is. It ain't mine. I don't give a fuck if you look like me or not. It ain't mine.
That's the PTSD I'm talking about.
That's the PTSD.
That's it. So you then would tell her that it will affect the next person.
Okay.
Now, PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. So I was asking, me and Scar had this conversation at the shop, right?
Okay.
I said, Scar, I said, if me and you met up with me and I got pregnant and I never told you, he said, I would be fucking mad. Like you have to tell the person.
In some ways, I can see why he said that. I can see why he says that because now you took my right away from me. You took my opinion away from me. You took that away from me.
You would care? Just think long and
hold
hard
on.
before
I'm gonna say this, right? So I was a child that was taken away from my father.
Okay.
Right? I was taken away from my father. You know what I mean? And was told that he couldn't have nothing to do with me, and I was stolen. That's how I look at it. I was stolen. Right? You know what I mean? I can understand what his anger was at, why he was angry. You know what I mean? And what it caused to him throughout his life dealing with that. You know what I mean? That was some real traumatic shit and some PTSD type shit. That was really some fucked up shit. You know what I mean? Being told that you know you got a son out here and your son was taken from you. You know what I mean? So would I be upset? I think I would be if now. It depends on the relationship.
See,
it depends on the relationship.
So here's what I was trying to explain, right, to Scar. I said, Scar, whatever you feel, whatever you say to me, gives a person PTSD because, in the sense of, if I ever found out that you didn't give a fuck about me and I'm pregnant with your kid and you don't care, that would sit and resonate and it would cause something later on. So the next person that I'm pregnant by, or if I'm pregnant by you again, because he even said to me, he said, yo, he has a lot of kids. He has more than a few kids. I'm not gonna put his business in the street.
Okay.
He got more than a few kids, and he was saying some of the first ones, like he was happy about it, but he really didn't show it. He was like, I was happy, but I didn't show it. You know what I'm saying? I said, and that could fuck with a person.
Okay.
If I'm excited and you not, there's something in that. We have to be aware of, and my whole point is saying, we have to be aware of how we respond to people and care.
Okay, so I'll give you a story, right? I think I have two out there. There's two out there. There's two girls out there that you know what I mean? First chick came, you know what I mean, bumped uglies and shit happened, and she was only fucking me, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, she came and was like, yeah, I'm pregnant. Good for you. I'm happy for you. Congratulations. You're the father. No, the fuck I ain't. You know what I mean? No, the fuck I ain't. She got upset with me because I told her, the fuck out of here.
Yes, because there's a possibility, my nigga. If you was in the line, there's a possibility. Yes, I would be upset too.
It sounded like a you problem. You can't project that on me because you're upset because I wasn't like, yo, oh my God. Bitch, nah, nigga. You ain't
if you tell me it's not
keep
yours
babies.
as
Drop
though...
nigga babies. No, bro. So what happened was the chick ended up packing up and moving fucking, I don't know where the fuck she
So
was.
that might be your kid.
I might have a daughter out there.
You see what I'm saying?
I might have two of them out there.
You see what I'm saying? Like that response, it resonates. That thing, it takes up space. It lives in there. And it's like, to me, as a grown adult now, you're in your 40s now, and you can see how that could hurt because you was one of the ones. So it's not like she just came to you out the blue and said, I'm pregnant with you, and you never hit.
There was another chick I was fucking with. She had a man, right? She was in a relationship with a dude, you know what I mean? And she got pregnant. You know what I mean? And tried to look and was like, it's your child. Okay, yeah, you got boyfriends. It could be his. I don't know. It's not mine. Apparently, she gave birth to the baby. The baby looks just like me. And the dude did not care. Took the child as his own, and they moved. Gone. Don't know where they are. So I have two of them out there. Hey, some of you dudes out here acting like you ain't got no bastard children out here. Like you ain't got, nigga. Yeah, nigga.
It's possibilities.
I got two. At least two, maybe three.
Are you looking for them or no? You just fuck it.
I don't even know where to fucking begin to look at. You know what I mean? It was so bad I don't even remember their mama's name.
So okay, so look.
Wait. Nice things people do when they actually can't stand you. Because I don't remember your name.
So Tone, here's another scenario, right? Me and you, we did what we did, and we're good. We ain't together because these situations could be.
Yeah.
It could be for somebody that's together with you or not.
Okay.
So it's not specific. But and you telling me I lost my job, I blah blah blah. Life is shitty. You know, we just talking. Just conversation and me speaking to you and knowing you. And I know that life is fucked up for you right now. You don't have a job. You looking. You don't really got no money. You this and that and the third. And now I'm pregnant. And I hear everything you said. And I do not want to be a burden to you, and I go and take care of it. And then T-Mac come along, and then the day she go with me, and the day that I had the abortion is today, a year ago. And then she say, damn, y'all baby would have been a year in front of you. And not knowing that I didn't tell you, what would be your response? Would you care?
I wouldn't care. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Wouldn't care.
Okay.
I wouldn't care because that had nothing to do with me. I mean, what the fuck? I can't. You know, everybody got a pass. Everybody else, so I wouldn't care. You know, that's just me saying. I wouldn't care. Would you care if the roles were reversed?
What you mean? I'm carrying the kid.
But let's say if the roles were reversed and me and you, I'm dating somebody else, and then somebody came in and said that, would you care? No, you confused?
No. I think I confused you. I'm saying to you, I got pregnant with your kid, but
Okay.
but you telling me you broke and you ain't got no job and you trying to
You wouldn't
find
have an
something,
abortion.
you don't got shit, and I got pregnant and didn't say nothing to you and had the abortion, and then me and T-Mac is kicking him one day, and then she said, damn, today y'all baby would have been one. And I never told you.
I'd have fucked you up.
Really?
I'd have fucked you up. We would have fought right there. We would have fought now because I'm sorry I didn't catch it.
Okay.
But now that I got that shit, hold on, nigga, you was what? You was what, and you didn't fucking tell me, and then you had an abortion, and I didn't know nothing about it. I think at some point in time, when a woman gets pregnant, right, it's her duty to let that man know. Regardless if he's going to be there or not, it's her duty to let that man know. And I get it. It's her body. It's her choice. But it's also his decision, too. He plays a part in that, too. But maybe this man...
Whose decision weighs more? Hers or his?
Obviously yours. Obviously yours. Because it's your body. You're going to do what the fuck you want to do at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But if I'm voicing a concern to you, it's like, yo, I may be fucked up right now, but I still want to have this child. I'll figure it the fuck out. I'll make it happen. I'll make it work. I want to have this child. And you say no, and you go ahead and have the abortion, and snuck and did it, or you know what I mean?
I did it because you was complaining about you ain't had no money. And I thought, what I thought was...
Okay,
hear me.
Okay.
I know. What I thought was I was trying to be a good person by not further fucking your life. Because all you talk about...
You assumed.
I assumed.
So you made an ass.
So are you mad at me? Or can you understand? I see why you did it, but I'm still pissed.
I'm going to be fucking pissed. You know what I mean? Because at the end, if this is what... Maybe... Okay, some dudes out here fucked up, right? They're fucked up in the game and they can't get the shit together. But once they find out they're having a child, that's like a motherfucking light switch goes on and they go in hustle mode and they going to fucking be there for this child and they going to make it do what it do. I've seen a lot of niggas like that. You know what I mean? Be completely fucked up in the game, and then the shorty gets pregnant, and all of a sudden this nigga's on go mode. You know what I mean? On go mode, and he does everything he has to do for his child. So that is a lame excuse in the
No, because guess what? Even the ones that was in go mode, they step off and go get bread and don't come back. Let me tell you something too. I did not have this situation. I was there. We found out we were pregnant. We agreed on all this.
Yeah, but you snuck and went and did some sucking shit and went and got an abortion.
No, because guess what? If the PTSD of me already being a single mom, I can't have that again. You ain't got no job. You are hopeless. And from conversations between me and you, I did what I thought was best. So you couldn't fuck with me on that. And you even said it would hurt me to find out that you don't give a fuck about me and I told you I was pregnant and you hit me with the shit you hit that bitch with.
Okay. So
that's PTSD. You get it?
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. So now the same person we kicking in, you got pregnant.
Yeah.
Right? And we're having this baby, right? And you go and have this abortion.
Yeah.
And then a year and a half later, I'm back to popping. I'm the shit now.
Okay.
I'm doing real good. Are you gonna feel stupid?
No, because at that moment, I think I did the best for the situation at that moment. And then people say, "Oh, it's conversation you're supposed to tell a person," and I would eat that. I would eat that.
I think
because I would be afraid to burden you.
But on the same token, it should still be a conversation with me. We should be able to talk about this shit and figure this shit out and be able to work something out.
The last couple times it didn't happen that way. So
Yeah,
my
I get
PTSD
I get it, but then
doesn't
you took it
allow
upon
me.
yourself. You took it upon yourself because that's a decision that has to be made together mutually. Regardless if we don't want to talk, we still bumping heads. You know what I mean? There has to be a conversation, even if there's a middleman.
You are making my point very valid today because I'm saying because of the sins of the past, it gave me PTSD about telling the nigga that I'm pregnant. Because
yeah, but now you're persecuting me for what niggas did in the past.
Yes.
That's fucked up.
Yes.
That's wrong, Kiki. That's wrong.
I'm not saying it's right.
Okay.
I'm giving you examples of how female PTSD can come about
okay.
and how male PTSD can come about. You feel like you're triggered if somebody doesn't tell you that they're pregnant because I took your choice away from you. That's a PTSD.
No, I'm not denying
You're making sense.
Yeah.
You're making sense.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But I'm asking, would you not understand? Or you could be mad, but then if I tell you, like, this is why I didn't tell you, because the last two.
It's bullshit. I'm going to cuss you out and I'm going to hate you. I'm going to hate you. And I ain't going to wish nothing but, I ain't going to wish nothing good on you. I'm going to wish everything worse, everything negative for you. I hope you can never get pregnant again. You know what I mean? I hope you can never get pregnant again. You know what I mean? I hope your pussy dry up like the Sahara Desert.
You know what Scar told me? He said, die with it. Never tell me. Like, die with it. If you do some shit like that, die with it.
Yeah, but then a person like you, would that eat at your conscience? Would that eat at you because you know that? Would you die with it, or would it eat at your conscience?
Both.
Both. Mm-hmm. So would it eating at your conscience causes PTSD? You know, it causes trauma.
The whole
trauma
thing,
is PTSD.
The whole thing is traumatic.
Okay.
The whole exact thing, right? So now you saying that what if you in this scenario where I am pregnant, we decide we're gonna do this shit, but I go to the doctor and have my prenatal checkup and they tell me the baby ain't looking right.
Okay.
Baby gonna come out fucked up. And I make the decision. I say, look, I don't want it, but you want it. Whose decision weighs more?
And at the end of the day, you're still going to do what you want to do because it's your body.
Understand.
You're going to do what you want to do regardless. You know what I mean? How fucked up is this baby coming out? That sounds like an asshole because I know how fucked up is this baby coming out? Is it coming out like a cyclops?
It's too rich for my blood. I don't want to find out.
You know what I mean?
I don't want to find out because I understand it. I think ahead, right? If you have. And I'm not saying that all special needs children don't deserve to be here, but if that's too rich for your blood tone, if that's too rich for your blood, the child will suffer. The child will suffer.
Okay, but it's like Brandy said. So you wanted the baby, but not the woman. In some cases, yes. In some cases, yes. I could want the baby and not the woman. You know what I mean? Like, I know somebody who had a baby and did not want the dude, but just wanted the baby. The dude wanted her. Like, he did anything for her. Like, anything and everything for her. Took care of her and everything. And she did not. She just wanted the baby. She didn't want him.
Lene said, I had a dude go AWOL on me for doing that, but I wasn't ready, and neither was he. Brandy then said that would have and should have been a discussion. However, this is why we got to stop fucking around with people we know we don't want.
And she's right.
And Batman says his decision weighs more.
I mean, as a man, in my decision, I want this baby. I don't want your ass, but I want the baby. You know what I mean? If you want to walk away, go ahead. I'm not going to take you for child support. Just give me the baby, and then you go about your business. You're free to go and move about the country. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? I just want the child.
So, in having this discussion,
okay,
thank you, Batman. He said, that's deep, Kiki. Great scenarios. Thank you. And Torch said, nope, don't tell me at all. So
I'm starting to agree with them with that.
Just die with it.
Just die with it. I'm agreeing with Torch and because if you tell me that that's going to cause me a lot of fucking trauma and some stress and PTSD, and then it's going to make me look at you completely different, and at that point I'm going to hate you. You know what I mean? So I'd rather you just never tell me. Now that's your bag to always carry. You know what I mean? So now you have PTSD now. Because now this is eating at you.
You see?
You know what I mean? And this is fucking you up. How do you choose to deal with that? Go to therapy, work that shit out.
So we have to be mindful of our reactions to people, whether you like them or not. So here's somebody else weighed in, right? And this is fucked up, and I think people should think about this. If you haven't, you will. So a girl went and did that. You know, the dude was down bad, and they broke up, and she ended up being pregnant and had an abortion. To come to find out, he was a Marine. He was in the military. He was a Marine. Went back in, whatever, ended up getting hurt and could not have any more children. Whatever injury he sustained, he was unable to have kids. And then when she finally caught up with him, she told him. She told him. She should have
never told him.
This man was so flipping mad. But see, his situation shouldn't impact her scenario. You know, it impacts the scenario, but
but she shouldn't have told him.
Yes or no?
Okay, listen, hold on. Listen now.
Okay.
Did she know that he sustained his injury and he couldn't have kids anymore?
She didn't know until she told him.
Fucked up, bitch. He gonna hate you forever.
Oh my God.
He gonna hate you forever. He gonna wish you die every time you see you. He gonna spit on you. He gonna hate you.
To this day, he said, that's a thing for him. To this day, he just, you know,
Batman said, "That's my seed." You know what I mean? Belinda said, "I understand your point, Kiki, from personal experience."
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's the problem, bro.
And Kiki and Brandy said, and that's the problem. Broken homes equals chaos.
Yep. Karan said, so what if you make your decision, but you carry unspoken resentment?
Ooh.
Resentment will set it, and that relationship will never be the same for me.
Exactly.
Says Torch.
Exactly.
It's over.
It's over. There will be nothing to talk about no more. I will never look at you the same.
Is it a trust thing?
That's part of it. Trust is definitely part because you broken trust right there. You know what I mean? It's just that you killed my. I would never look at you the same. It would be another level of hatred that you wouldn't even want to be. Nah, nigga.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that the men are on here saying that, because when I explained it to one of the girls at the shop, I said, you have to watch the show, because we all think that y'all don't be wanting them. We all be thinking that all we doing is causing problems in your life, or you got a wife and now I'm fucking pregnant. And the dude said, I don't give a fuck. My wife gonna know today. I said, are you certain? He said, I said, it's gonna ruin your relationship. He said, I don't give a fuck. He said, if a girl is pregnant, I was out here doing my thing. Me and my wife just gotta have a conversation. He said,
Facts.
Period. And I said,
Facts.
Is that facts?
Facts, because at the end of the day, that's still my child. I don't give a fuck. It's my child. Hold on. And I can say that from personal experience. You know what I mean? I was with my ex. You know what I mean? And then Shawty got pregnant with Ariana. You know what I mean? And then when it finally came out that Ariana was mine, you know what I mean? My ex was like, that's my kid. What you want me to do? What the fuck you want me to do? You know what I mean? Either you accept this shit or move the fuck on. You don't have no other choices there. There's no other choices. And I was like, so
y'all
I was very
call
cold.
us. Please call in.
I was very cold about it. But I was straightforward. That is my child. That's my flesh and blood. You know what I mean? That's for me. I don't give a fuck. If it wasn't between me and you, she's here. She didn't ask to be here. You know what I mean?
You know from the time that she's pregnant and you preparing for this, if the time that I'm pregnant, Tone,
I know it happens. If you're pregnant, then it happens.
You're going to tell your wife.
If we decide that we keeping this baby, then, this is what it is, man. What the fuck you going to do? Lie about it? What you going to do? Lie about it? You going to sit there and be like, I'm not going to say nothing?
Yeah,
or act like it doesn't exist? Get the fuck out of here. That's your child, bro. So you got to be responsible for that child. So I'm going to tell you, it's going to be, so sometimes, like I said, and sometimes in relationships, you got to have them hard conversations you don't want to have. That is a hard conversation you don't want to have, but has to be had. You know what I mean? The hardest thing for me to do was look at my ex and tell her that I had a baby.
Because you know the situation was never going to be the same again. You knew that. The relationship was definitely...
The relationship was already fucked up for me at that point. But, I had to tell you. That was my truth to tell. I had to tell that shit. I wasn't going to fucking hide the fact. How am I going to hide this child? Why? That child didn't ask to be here. That child didn't ask to be here. I laid down with her mama. We had a fucking baby. And now, she's here. So I got to take care of her. You know what I mean? Still to this day.
Y'all feel free to call us. Weigh in on this.
Brandy, call us.
761-1040. Please call and give us your opinion.
If she gets pregnant and this chick looks at me and says, hey, I'm trying to keep this baby and shit like that, I can't look at you and tell you no or make you get rid of it.
You wouldn't?
If we decide, all right, fuck it, nigga, all right, well, we having this baby. You know what I mean? How I'm going to hide that from my wife?
The stove. You wouldn't encourage me to go to the stove?
I think in the beginning, my conversation would be like, we really shouldn't be having this baby. But what if she was having a scenario where she could never get pregnant before, and all of a sudden now this is her miracle baby. You know what I mean? She gets pregnant with this miracle baby, and she doesn't want to let this baby go. What are you gonna do? What you gonna do? Either you that.
Call in, Brandy. My Aunt Vivian said, "Remember, decision and intent action are not the same."
Yes.
Got a call.
Hindering him by aborting the baby that I know he can't afford. Mm-hmm. I completely understand what you mean. However, what we have to understand is that's a logical, emotional, selfish response. Yes. Because we're really doing what's going to benefit us in the long run. Because I know I'm going to be stuck with having to fend for this baby, and you ain't doing shit. You probably ain't been doing shit and ain't going to start doing shit, and I knew that. I still wanted to sleep with you.
Yep.
So I made excuses for you until shit got real. Okay. Now here's where you see I don't really give a shit about you and how you feel, because I don't even trust you enough to come to you with a life-changing decision that's going to hinder the both of us. I'm going to make this decision on my own, because ultimately I just showed you really don't mean shit to me. Just like I know I don't mean shit to you. And that's what we have a lot of going on. We don't really even care about each other, but we fucking. We don't care, but we fucking. We don't have these kind of conversations. You know, everybody running around talking about marriage. We can't even figure out how to get down pack fucking. So, because it's plenty of women that their husbands have brought babies home. It's plenty of them. We're not going to act naive. I know a few. And they love their men and they stand there 10 toes down. But the problem that I would have with that as a woman, and I think most women going to run into with that as a problem, ain't no other bitch got no say-so in my household. And that's what I'm accepting when I accept your baby. Because now I have to deal with this woman for 18 years. I have to deal with your child. She going to be running around here talking about what I did with your child. All because you lacked dick discipline. And what Bruce said, that's his seed. You shouldn't have planted it in the dead-ass garden, because you just created chaos in our family. And this is what I'm talking about. You niggas always want one thing, but y'all can't establish relationships. I done been in relationships with bitches' husbands. And I'm the reason he stayed long as he stayed. Yep. Because I don't want you, but I'm a safe place for you. And no matter how much you try and convince me that you love me and care about me, you don't give a fuck about me. Because if you loved me and cared me, it wouldn't be cheaper to keep her. That divorce wouldn't take 6 motherfucking years to finalize. I don't have to not see you on Valentine's Day, but see you on the 13th or the 15th. Because you don't really hate that lady for real. You just think that I'm stupid enough to not see what the fuck I see. But you're not smart enough to realize that I don't give a fuck about you. I'm using you too, nigga.
Okay. She on the roll.
And then when reality sets in, now we got a big boom. These niggas don't love me for nothing. I just handle them accordingly. I'm out here humbling and healing niggas one day at a time.
One day at a time. Come on, goddammit.
One day at a time. Because we overvalue ourselves and other people's lives.
Facts.
That's just what it is. You ain't no more important than I make you. It's my job to make you smile. If I don't make you smile, it's not my fault that you're not man enough to walk away from something that don't serve you. Instead, you rather operate in chaos, because you're not a fucking man. You like to act like you one, but you're not one. Because I'm a woman, and I ain't met a nigga yet that made me stay and deal with anything. And we all know I've had one of the greatest there ever in. I don't deal with anything. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Facts.
And men don't do that. They just run around here and they take their little, as Bruce said, their seeds. They go planting their seeds everywhere, praying that nothing grows. And then when something starts to spark and sprout, now y'all automatically on the defense. My boy. Because if you would have controlled the narrative from the beginning, not unbuttoning your button and zipping down your pants and sliding in, and then putting your seed in her garden, and then allowing her the opportunity to make that decision that is detrimental to your life, her life, your wife, and your kids' life.
Yep.
Let's get deep about it if we want to. Y'all niggas be selfish, and then y'all project and place the blame when the ball ain't in your court, when you pass that bitch. Who next?
Who next?
Have a good rest of y'all morning.
Thank you, baby. Go somewhere, but don't go nowhere.
Because again, we can't carry a baby you don't put in us. Next.
Well, it doesn't.
And that be the thing.
On the same token, though, she hung up. But the same token, though, you were fucking right along with me.
But that be the thing. That be the shit I'm talking about.
You gotta take accountability too.
I did nut in me. So why I
That's
get
not the point,
but the reaction that you get from telling somebody you're pregnant, I didn't nut in me, nigga.
Okay, but you giving a person that action, but you laid down and fucked this nigga with no condom. You knew this nigga didn't have a condom on when you were sucking his dick.
And you knew that you didn't have one.
I knew so. At some point, you have to take accountability as well, don't you?
I'm being accountable by telling you I'm pregnant.
All right, nigga. So then,
and your response is irresponsible and reckless to say it ain't mine. How?
If you fucking with multiple niggas, I have that right to say it.
You don't. It's a possibility. No, you was in there with no condom on.
So was another nigga.
So that's what I'm saying. You can't say it's not yours.
So you can't
come
to me and project that on me, though.
No. I can. Because to me, you're denying that you ever fucked me. Like,
I'm not denying that
I'm denying scientifically proven that every time you lay down with a person, it's 50-50 chance you're going to get pregnant or not. And if you put your dick in there with nothing on it, that chance is there. And that's what you did. So I can say to you, I'm pregnant, and then you don't have the right to tell me it ain't yours. You can't tell me that.
I do. I will. And I will.
And we will have this discussion because it's a possibility, my nigga.
It's a possibility. I'm not denying the fact that I laid down and I fucked you. You know what I mean? I'm denying. I'm saying that that ain't my child.
How do you know?
It's a 50-50 chance. I'm sticking with
you. Sound the niggas on Jerry Springer. The ear's too dark. The fuck?
Nah.
And the baby ended up being
Maury, and it was Maury.
It was Maury.
And then it would come out. Sorry. You're not the father.
And then it comes out you are. The baby white because your granddaddy was white. And then you be like, that ain't my baby, too light. Then come to find out, you are 100% the dad. Yo.
I'm the dad, then I got to step and do what I got to do then, don't I?
I got to go back because Beowulf said back then, you don't steal the overhead, Aiden. You steal the vertical ones in the corner. The lights.
That's
the lights. The lights.
Beowulf is right.
He's from Jersey. Yes.
He knows.
He's from Jersey.
You know what I mean? You don't see the ones in the corner down here too often, though.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's certain spots that have.
Yes.
Okay.
Whew. That's why you keep your penis in your damn house. Stop running amok.
Nigga,
I'm not the one with the family. You are. Tor said, if you intend to actually be a father, ain't no hiding it.
Facts. You know what I mean? And even, Brandy, even if I am with a family, I got a family. What the fuck does that matter?
These niggas it matters because some people look. You put it on the scale and weigh it. My wife is she a GS14 in the government? GS16 I think is the highest, or 18 or whatever. She's a GS18. We got a Tesla. We got a motherfucking house in Perrywood, and then I done fucked the shorty down the street who got a mediocre job, and she's pregnant. And I got all this with my wife, and I have nothing over here. Most men are not gonna tell. They're gonna make sure to get an abortion. They're gonna plan her untimely demise. We done seen niggas get bitches killed. We don't have my cousins from Southeast beat you up and have you like it's so much shit that goes on.
And for what? And do all that for what?
Because you don't want to lose the Tesla, the house in Perrywood, and the fucking GS18.
Nigga, you can still have all that shit, nigga.
Bitches ain't staying if you got somebody. Most wives, they got all this going on, ain't gonna stay with your ass.
Yeah, all right, Slim, but I tend to disagree. I tend to put that on the nigga himself. I'm gonna put that on the nigga himself.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because these are conversations that you should be having. You know what I mean? If you have that type of communication with your wife, you know what I mean? Your wife should know who the fuck you are from the jump.
Your wife should know that you fucking me then.
The fuck?
If that's the communications, you should know that you out here fucking. So it's not a surprise to no one.
If you're not hiding this shit, now most niggas hide the shit. Now I'm gonna give you that.
Yes.
Then niggas will hide that shit. But if you're not hiding the fucking shit, then what the fuck does it matter? If Charlie ends up getting pregnant, then okay, all right, let's have that discussion. You want to have this baby? I gotta go home and I gotta tell her that this female is pregnant and she's having a baby and I'm having this baby. What the fuck?
Brandy said, "You're not the father, but you still ruined your family." Once the baby came,
that was fucked up. Brandy, that was fucked up. You fucking ruined your family, but that's why you wouldn't go home. I wouldn't go home and have that conversation with my wife until I knew for a fact that this is my kid, without a shadow of doubt. I'm not gonna go home and be like, "Yo, this chick is probably pregnant. It might be mine." The first thing, how do you know if it's yours or not? Exclude the fact that you were fucking this chick, that you already admitted that you were fucking this chick, but you want to know if it was mine. So my ex wanted to know, how do you know this baby is even yours? How do you know? And I was like, well, this paperwork here, it says it's mine. You know what I mean?
Tone, you would wait until the baby is born, the test come back. You wouldn't.
Isn't there ways for them to test before the baby is born, or you have to wait? It's ways to test.
But I'm just saying, like you wouldn't preface like, "Hey, just so we know, somebody said they pregnant by me." You wouldn't help me because
help who?
You wouldn't help me like as your wife. You wouldn't help me like by just telling me up front. Look, somebody said they pregnant by me. You would wait until you know for a fact the baby is.
Because why would I tell you? It's like Brandy just said. You doing all of that shit, right? You doing all that shit, and then it's not your child.
I would want to know. Don't make me wait to
know. Most
baby
females would not want to know.
I have to know because that changed how I'm fucking you now. It really changed a lot of shit in this household, my nigga.
Of course,
it changed that. And you want to ask my ex?
Okay. So my ex, you know what I mean? My ex, because the person I am, right? Because of the person I am, you know who the fuck I was. You know what I mean? They just know you want to be with me. This is me. Accept me for who the fuck I am, right? Yeah. Okay. When she found out that Jasmine was having Ariana, you know what I mean, or Jasmine had Ariana. Mm-hmm. Ariana was, she was upset. She was more mad about other shit than me fucking her.
Cause she knew who her dog was. She knew her dog.
So she was more mad about other shit. Was like, yo, nigga, I went to school with her mama. For real? You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Yeah, I went to school with her mama. Me and her mama used to be friends. Oh, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Or I can't go back to my old hood because everybody knows you fucked her. Yeah, okay, look at my job.
PTSD.
I don't give a fuck. That's your PTSD. Don't project that shit on me.
See that?
You know what I mean? So she had PTSD, right? She was upset at the fact, that Ariana was here. You know what I mean? And so I think she finally was able to cope with it until Ariana came around. Uh-huh. And when she heard Ariana call me daddy.
That would have made, she probably was sick.
Broke her down.
Yeah.
Broke her down. But you know me as a nigga, you know what I mean? We was in the car. You know what I mean? We was on our way to some type of barbecue shit, right? And she started that shit, man. Pulled over. The girls got out the car. I checked her right then and there. Either get tight. I need you to tighten your shit up. Take your emotions out of this shit right now. You know what I mean? Because this isn't about you. This is about her. You know what I mean? We can have this conversation later, but right now I need you to tighten your fucking shit up. Fix your fucking face, or I can take your ass the fuck home.
Damn. And I can hear you saying that. I felt that. I felt it when you said it.
I had to say that shit to her. She had to understand. And my child didn't ask to be here. I fucked around and I made a mistake. You can't be mad at that child or anybody else. You can be mad at me all day long. That's fine. You can't be mad at nobody else.
Especially if you stayed. Like, that is like one.
You decided to stay. If you decide to stay, that means you accept everything with it. Now, if you decide I can't do this and I'm leaving, I will respect you. All right, cool. I got to do what I got to do. You know what I mean? You can have the Tesla and all that shit. That doesn't define who the fuck I am. Or what the fuck I'm going to do.
Not being a father will define who the fuck you ain't. That is facts. In these streets.
So, at the end of the day, if you lose all that shit, nigga, you got to understand, once you start playing it, and this is the problem, when niggas start playing this game, or you out here playing the game, you're not thinking about none of that shit. You're not thinking about all the what ifs or anything like that. You're thinking about niggas are thinking about the fun side of it. No, yes. I'm a different nigga. I'm looking at all of it. You know what I mean? Because now, it's part of the game. When your lady wants to go back and cheat on you or get back at you for what you did, what you gonna do? You gonna be upset? You gonna be mad at her? No, nigga, you gotta suck that shit up because that's part of the game. That's part of the shit you did. When you open that door, you gotta be willing to accept what's coming back at you.
Would you suck that up if I brought a baby home that wasn't yours? If I was pregnant by the next nigga, that's part of the suck up too.
That's part of the suck up too. But me, I'm sorry, bitch, you on your own. It's my choice. It's my right. It's you went around and was going all fucking with each other because now we've always had this. Women cheat off emotion, right? Your cheating is different than our cheating. Our cheating is two different things. So you went back and you brought a baby back with this nigga. Nah, I got.
What's your cheating out of?
We do it because we can. We do it because we can. We want to. Availability, we want to. We find good reasons to do the shit. But when a woman cheats, it's more emotional for them than it is for a man. So now if you went ahead and you brought a baby back home with you?
Yeah, I'm pregnant.
Nigga, I'm going to holler at you.
I got my lick back, and now I'm pregnant.
You got your lick back? I respect your lick. Because it's part of the game that we're playing. I respect that shit.
Aiden.
But on the same token, I got to let you.
How much time we got? Okay. So, Tone. Oh, we got a caller.
Come
Great.
on, Brandy. Come on, Brandy.
Hey,
on,
Batman. What up, though?
Come on, Batman.
He said,
So look, we have to realize, like, as men, right? How weak it is for us not to have anything going on, and then we sleep with a female that doesn't have anything going on, and have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's really weak. It kind of shows how ignorant and how powerless we are.
Okay.
So if we don't have nothing going on, or if we have a wife and a family and a life established, and we nut and another woman that's not our wife and she has a baby, that is very weak and undisciplined on our behalf. And we actually deserve to lose it all. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
We need to actually start all over again.
Mm-hmm.
If we have that much ignorance and lack of self-control to have a wife, have a family, and then get another woman pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
You stuck your dick in another woman with no condom on, and you're married.
Okay.
yes.
Come on, man. How weak is that? We should not expect any woman to take accountability for anything that took place between the both of us. That's for the man to take accountability, because we're supposed to dominate our lives before we dominate hers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we're adults here, right? And men move a certain type of way. You know this, Batman. It doesn't matter. At that point in time, a nigga's not thinking about that shit. When you get with a woman, it's not thinking because he's married or something where he sticks his dick in something else. Niggas aren't thinking it at that time. You know what I mean? Then there could be other reasons why this nigga's out here doing what he's doing. You know what I mean? There are reasons why niggas get out there and cheat. Some niggas just don't cheat just for sport. You know what I mean? Niggas cheat have other reasons. The same like women cheat for other reasons.
You just now said 5 statements ago,
Yeah.
men cheat because we can.
We can. But there are other reasons. That's one of the main reasons, because we can. You know what I mean? But there are other reasons why men
Is
cheat.
one of those reasons emotional? Yes.
It could be emotional.
Yes,
It
so
could be
that's
emotional.
I think what I'm trying to highlight is, whatever the reason is, the accountability needs to stay with us as men. We have to dominate our lives.
Mm-hmm.
See, if we dominated our lives, then we would have married the woman that we really wanted.
Okay.
If we were operating in vision, then we would have married a helper, and we would have really loved her. Tom, there's dudes out here that's married that don't love their wives.
Facts.
They don't even really like them.
I mean, it was a business deal. It was a business
You
arrangement.
feel what I'm saying?
Else. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I mean,
I had one of them business arrangements.
Yep.
So I lived that. However, what I am saying is that if we dominate ourselves first, we will choose the ones that's for us, and or we will dominate the side one if there's ever a need for a side one.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't have them kind of problems.
Okay.
Live that as well. You won't have the problems if we dominate our lives first as men. And stop trying to make women stop trying to make women take accountability. We as men, we need to get away from that and fully concentrate on us taking full accountability for the lack of us dominating our own lives. I hope that makes sense.
It does, but then it doesn't, because women have to take accountability for their own actions as well. So what you're saying is that we take accountability for everything, and women don't have to. Is what you're saying?
No, he's saying if you take accountability yourself.
I'm saying that we should concentrate on us as men taking full accountability.
Yeah. If I take full accountability,
if we try to
go ahead, Batman. Go ahead.
If we are projecting our weaknesses and our failures and our poor decisions on women, it's a reflection of the fact that we are making poor decisions.
Of course. Okay, I can see that.
We should get to a point as men where we stop, and I'm talking about all across the board with this gender stuff. Stop blaming women. It's bitchy that we are blaming women or pointing the fingers at women. We need to keep it in our circle of manhood and deal with self. Like Meek Mill said, these hoes be acting up because these niggas be letting them. You understand me? So once we get ourselves straight, they will fall in line, bro.
Man. Can't argue with it, man.
All the men on this broadcast, stop blaming women and stay in the mirror and hold ourselves and each other as men accountable.
Look,
Batman out.
Thank you, Batman.
Thank you,
Go
Batman.
somewhere but to go nowhere. Brandy said they marry, help, and cheat. Lay all the cards out. We may be able to work through it, but if I'm the last one to know, it's a wrap.
Well, the last one to know. So I'm gonna lay out on the cards that let's say in this scenario that she's possibly pregnant with my child. Possibly. Mm-hmm. There's no guarantee. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's possible. Now, if she's not fucking nobody else and she ends up pregnant, then that's a conversation. That's a different conversation. But if she's fucking with other people, it's possible, my child. Why would I put that on the table possibly when I don't even know for a fact that it's mine?
Because even if you married, she possibly is fucking somebody else. That shit don't qualify nothing. Because she told you she is.
I see what you're saying.
Because listen, it happens every day, B. Maury got a whole life of people who wasn't fucking nobody but was fucking.
True.
T-Mac said, keep that shit in the streets.
Keep that shit in the streets, T-Mac.
And Belinda said, no matter what, keep it truthful. Lene said, this chick I know told a guy that her child was his. He took responsibility and took care of the kid for 7 years. Bottom line, I read the bottom line because I backed up. She said the baby ended up not being his, and it was his male best friends. And Brandy said, of course I'm fun. I don't give a fuck about you. You think I'm going to be outside busted and disgusted with Shirley's husband? Nah, sis. We be outside having a ball. And Tor said, you got to eat it because it comes with the territory, but it don't mean that you got to stay. We all have choices and decisions to make. That is so factual.
I mean, I hear what some people are saying.
Adults in general require accountability. I don't care what your sex is, Tor said.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Everybody's accountable for their own actions. You know what I mean? For their own actions. I'm not pointing fingers at no females or nothing like that, but you're accountable for your own shit. You know what I mean? If you get into a situation with somebody, you know what the fuck you getting into. You know this prior to getting into the situation to him. You know that this nigga is married. You know this nigga got a girlfriend. You know she got a man. You know this shit. But if you still do it anyway, you have to own accountability there.
So, devil's advocate.
All right, come on, devil's advocate.
You my husband, and you sticking raw dick and people outside. That would.
Okay, so here's what it is. I'm not. Go ahead.
Finish.
Go ahead.
That would break me because then I feel like what accountability can I have now? Because you didn't even, and that's what I think that Batman was trying to say. If you establish dominance over yourself, then that eliminates shit like this. Now I ain't saying shit don't slip through the cracks. The stuff slipped through the cracks. Condoms break, whatever. But the precautionary measure that you could take, you did not. And for any man that does that, and I've been with somebody who did not care two shits about me at home and went in the streets and did that. Because if we go back to the old thing that we learned in school, I'm fucking you, the person she fucked, the person they fucked, the person they fucked. That is enough That's enough. And the PTSD that can happen behind something like that is I probably will be a condom using woman for the rest of my life. And my husband or my mate would probably be upset until I can work through that.
Okay.
Because the person I could trust. I
But
married you. I married you to bust off.
When you open the door, you got to accept anything that comes with it. When you step out there, that's why I say when you decide to step out there and do something like this, and you open that door, there's a bunch of different scenarios that you're not even thinking about that can happen. Yeah. You have to be willing to accept them all.
Facts. Tweety said, fuck out of here. If you had a reason, I don't give a fuck what it is. Get the fuck on. I'd rather you be honest so I can kind of respect you for the truth than the lie. Use me and be fake, period. T-Mac said, because you fucked up by cheating. It's the cheating that's the issue. You have to eat the results.
You have to. That's what it is. That's what I said. When you open that door, you gotta be accountable to anything you gotta take anything that comes with it. Anything that comes with it. And you can't bitch about it, you can't cry about it, you can't do nothing. You just gotta own that shit and take it on the chin. Because while you in the middle of doing what you're doing, you having a good old time, B. You're not thinking about no consequences. And then when consequences start to arise, you have to accept them right along and with that same smile on your face regardless.
Well, I love it. Yep. I had a miscarriage and I told somebody late. I didn't even know I was pregnant until I had a miscarriage. And I believe I was looked at differently.
Why were you looked at differently? Because you had a miscarriage. Did you know you were pregnant?
I did not know.
So if you didn't know, I can't look at you any differently. That's just stupid.
To me, it felt weird.
How?
That's why. No, it felt weird. The fact that I couldn't get him to understand that. I was like, bro,
how could you not understand that?
I'm telling you because I found out. Like, I didn't know.
It was sometimes most women don't know that they're fucking pregnant.
PTSD.
That shouldn't be.
You see how that response?
I wouldn't own that as PTSD.
No. I'm telling you how that response can give me PTSD. That response, and the next time this shit happen, it's this. The PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. So anything that happens, you're gonna be apprehensive the next time. It leaves something with you.
Of course, but that's fucked up. That this man. Okay, you know what I mean. In that scenario, there you were pregnant. You know what I mean. You didn't know you were pregnant. You had a miscarriage.
Yes.
I'm gonna be supportive of you because you had the miscarriage. Yes. Oh shit, I didn't know you were pregnant, so I can't be mad at you if you didn't know.
I didn't know.
You know what I mean? And you had it, so I'm going to be supportive of you. I'm not going to give you no attitude and no shit behind it. I'm just going to be supportive of you. Like, oh, this is fucked up. Now, all right, well, let's get through this. You know what I mean? Shit happens.
T-Mac said, I don't think that Batman was saying only men. He was speaking to the men because he's a man. Men check men. Batman said, they follow our lead, bro. If they want us, they don't care. We have to care.
Why do we have to care? Why do we have to care? You know what I mean? And I don't see why I have to care. I don't have to care. You know what I mean? You're going to follow my lead, right? You're going to follow me? All right, well, then follow me then, nigga. You know what I mean? I don't have to, I don't feel I have to care. I just don't. For me, I don't.
Okay. And Tort said, P.S., it's single niggas out here sleeping with married women, too. Does the accountability flip or it's still the same?
Yeah, because we're talking about men cheating with a woman. What about when the women are married and we flip that? Where's the accountability part for them? You know what I mean?
It's the same.
It's the same? Is it the same?
Are you supposed to be accountable too?
Yeah.
No, yes?
What?
I'm asking you, yes, no?
You should be accountable. Yeah. If she's out there cheating, yeah, you got to be accountable.
Anita said accountability.
Of course.
They should, though, got to consider the consequences at all times. Facts.
Exactly.
I told you can leave my ugly ass.
You can't play victim. You cannot play victim at that point. You open the door for this shit. If you would never open the door and never step out there, you wouldn't have nothing to worry about.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? So, nigga, you got to accept that shit. I've seen a lot of niggas get mad. You know what I mean? Like, niggas out here serving up dick like a mile a minute. Yeah. You know what I mean? But as soon as they found out they fucking lady was going to step out there and do the same,
choke.
The nigga couldn't handle it.
They
the nigga
choke.
broke. And when I fucking confronted the dude and let him know, nigga, you wrong right now, nigga got mad with me. He wanted to get fucking violent with me because I told you the truth. Nah, nigga, how was it any different when you was out here fucking a mile a minute? And now that your wife want to step out and do some shit, now you fucking mad?
It happens that way.
B, you can't be mad.
Yep, happens that way.
You gotta suck that shit up and take it on the chin. If you don't want that type of shit, then don't open the door.
Facts.
most men, Batman, a lot of men don't think about consequences. You know what I mean? When you say men in general, most men don't think about the consequences. This is what I was just saying. You know what I mean? Well, okay, men don't think about the consequences, right?
Men think about consequences. Boys throw caution to the wind for a nut.
Okay, most men do not think about it. If you talk to most men, if you know, you probably know some niggas out here who's cheating, right?
Yes.
Have this conversation with them. They are not thinking about the consequences.
No, you can't. You can't be.
They're not thinking about the consequences because if they were thinking about the consequences, they would have never stepped out there and cheated in the first place.
Because all I gotta do is tell you it's over. Because that's gonna be the received reaction when you get home.
You gotta accept it.
Especially if I don't know. Listen, the first time a dude cheated on me, I promise you, I was so green because I was young. I was so green. I believed in my whole heart this man loved me and would never do that. When that shit happened to me, I was thrown off. I was like, huh? Yeah. No way. No, I was deeply in love, and I felt like love meant you would never cheat. I got a rude awakening.
Okay, it does, and it does for certain people. But when this person jumps out there and does cheat, you know what I mean? To answer Batman, niggas don't think about the consequences, B. They're not thinking about it. They're in the motherfucking middle of what they're doing. They're not even thinking about it at all.
Why? Because you think that you're so slick it can never come back? Or
facts.
Okay.
That's probably the biggest thing. Because the way you think you're moving, you can't get caught. Nigga,
you gonna always get caught.
You know what I mean? Don't you? I remember whatever's done in the dark comes to the light. Always has to come to the light. It always fucking does. I don't care what you say, however you do it. You masquerade. So so Batman, to what you said, they're not thinking about their consequences. You may have thought about your consequences and made you say, I'm not going to do that because damn, the bad outweighs the good in this situation. You know what I mean? But 99% of these niggas is not thinking about that. You know what I mean? Dick get hard, they fucking. Period.
And you gonna let me? Look, Quran said we have to care because our care allows us to be more followable. T-Mac said, this saddens me. If a woman gives you room to lead, you should care where you're taking us.
Yes, and so I agree with you. But you have some men that don't give a fuck and don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this also is where you have to take up accountability and knowing who your mate is. You should know who this motherfucker is before you decide to commit to them. You know what I mean? Before you decide to make life-changing decisions, you need to know the people you're fucking with. And most people aren't taking the time to know these people before they're making life-changing decisions with this individual.
You can know them as much as they let you know them.
Oh, understandable. Understandable.
And sometimes that could be years. People, listen.
Yeah, some niggas can stay in that costume and hold
their
breath under water for a
You hear me?
I done ran across bitches that I was like, what the fuck?
You still hold your breath?
Bitch!
The costume. 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. You still this other motherfucker. Yo, my ex was like that. Was master at that shit. Was a completely different person. You know what I mean? And then when she finally couldn't fucking hold her breath no more and couldn't hide that costume, had to come out. When her funky ass came up out that shit, I was like, the fuck?
You wasn't thrown off like what?
I was. That's why I was like, the fuck? What the fuck is this? Oh hell no! Oh hell no! It's not for me. You know what I mean? Now some women cannot take a man that's completely honest with them.
I prefer it.
Some women do, but some women cannot take a man that's brutally honest with them, and you can't take that.
You know what? And some men can't take women like that. Cause I gotta tell you that shit. And for real, that's why people don't like to have conversations with me, like hard ones. Because one, I feel like I'm gonna say the shit needs to be said. I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking. I'm gonna tell you how your actions are making me feel. I'm gonna tell you what I feel like doing behind your actions. Most people don't like that kind of talk. Like, I feel like when I'm asking you, like Tone, for instance, if I ask you, like, we good or whatever, you say we good, and then you turn around there and you acting like we not good, and I come again, you say, damn, you just asked me that shit. How dare you respond to me that way? I'm yelling, sorry. How dare you respond to me that way when we all grown and we ain't stupid? You know how the fuck you moving. That's why I'm back here again with this shit.
Look,
Change that shit.
Then he said, all right, y'all win. I'm going to stop creeping, damn.
So, Torch said both parties are accountable.
If
I sleep with a married woman and get caught by her husband and get shot, that's on me. I knew I was sleeping with a married woman. Don't matter if I'm the one cheating or the single one helping someone else cheat. Either way, there are consequences, therefore accountability.
So here's fun fact real quick. I was a single dude, right? And I was fucking with this married woman, right? She was married. Her husband worked for the CIA, You know what I mean? And that was kind of stupid on me. That was real dumb on me, right? I'm fucking this woman in this nigga's house. I'm sitting down the street watching him leave to go out to work so I can go in and bang his chick. Nigga. I was playing his PlayStation. I was fucking her on his side of the bed. I did some real fucked up shit. And then the nigga found out.
He stepped to you.
And when the nigga found out, the nigga was like, yo, you know I'm the CIA. I can make your ass disappear. Yeah, fuck you, nigga. But when the nigga started pulling up shit and doing shit, I was like, God damn.
You're right.
But did I stop fucking his wife? No. Because I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck.
No consequences. Fuck your consequences.
I was single. I didn't care. You know what I mean? That was her problem, not mine. You know what I mean? It was better for me. It worked out better for me because then she had something to go home to and I didn't have to deal with the bullshit.
Okay, so
Younger
T-Mac said, love, you don't value or respect me if you cheat. You can love me till the cows come home. It means nothing.
And somewhere, you know what I mean?
Until you're in the middle of clapping them cheeks.
Somewhere, so T-Mac, baby, I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? But that's why you don't open the door. If you love a person, you value them like that, you don't open that door. You know what I mean? If something changes during the relationship where that door becomes open, you know what I mean? Those are conversations that need to be had. You know what I mean?
Lene said, yeah, until you in the middle of clapping them cheeks and you hear her alarm say front door and it's her husband.
Nigga, you better have your motherfucker, you better have that joint right there with you. You know what I mean? I was fortunate. The nigga never came home. He worked overnight. So I ain't had to worry about the nigga coming home. You know what I mean? But had the nigga came home, yeah, I always had that thing with me. You know what I mean? If you see me in the street, know that I got that thing with me, bro. You know what I mean? So if he ran up on me, I would have been put in a compromising situation. But to like what Toy said earlier, had that shit happened and something shit popped off, I had to take accountability for that because I knew this nigga, I was fucking this married female in this nigga's home. This nigga came through the door. This nigga had every right to be on 1 million and try to kill me.
Yeah, shoot the shit out.
Yo, we would have killed each other in that motherfucker. So shit, nigga. I stay at the range. Man, my aim is good.
Sharpshooter.
I was a sharpshooter more one way than the other. Shit, nigga.
I want to move on. That's a lot.
It was a whole
got
lot.
this segment called "Stop This Shit," and some people are mad at me right now because I call them bro and they want to have sex with me.
Yo, Batman, you're right. God has been good to me. You know what I mean? And a lot of shit. You know what I mean? That I did in my past. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, some of these thoughts are the younger tones thoughts. You know what I mean? Today's tones thoughts are completely different. Right? And
we thank you for being open up to share.
But you know what I mean? The old tone, the younger tone. Didn't give a fuck about nothing, nigga. Like, fuck that, nigga. I would fuck your bitch. I would try to bag your bitch with you standing there, nigga. I didn't care, nigga. It was younger version of me. And I did some wild and crazy shit. I was lunching, you know what I mean? And yeah, and you know the funny thing is? Me and Shawty girl still friends. I still talk to her. Come to find out, her husband was fucking her sister.
Oh,
right?
Shit.
So it was all fucked up. Like, her husband was fucking her sister. Her husband was buying her sister lingerie. When she found out, she was fucking infuriated. She was pissed. And I was like, bitch, why are you mad for? You know what I mean? Like, this nigga knew that you was sucking my dick while I was playing this PlayStation because I changed the sentence to fit me. Like, what the fuck? This nigga was mad, but now you mad because he fucking your sister. So subsequently, he ended up leaving her for her sister. That shit was crazy. No, it's crazy. It's crazy. Okay.
So speaking of baby's tone, I want to hit this. I know you fucking lying news of the day real quick. A doctor used too much force. It'll kick back in. A doctor used too much force and decapitated a Georgia woman's baby during delivery, according to a lawsuit that was filed. The baby's mother and father, Jessica Ross and Trayvon Isaiah Taylor Sr., attended a news conference in Atlanta where their attorneys announced a lawsuit against Dr. Tracy St. Julian and Southern Regional Medical Center in Riverdale, Georgia, which is about 13 miles from Atlanta, where Ross went in on July 9th to have her son. According to the suit, the baby got stuck during delivery, but St. Julian delayed a surgical procedure, which would be a C-section, and failed to seek help quickly. Instead, she applied ridiculously excessive force on the baby's head and neck to try to deliver it, which is also, the attorney, which is also a physician, said roughly 3 hours passed before St. Julian took Ross, who was 20, for a C-section. According to the suit, by then, a fetal monitor had stopped registering a heartbeat. The C-section removed the baby's legs and body, but the head was delivered vaginally. And look at his face. Look at his face.
This is real shit. This is real shit.
Here's where it got fucked up at, right? Because it gets more fucked up than that. They said regional staff, they accused the regional staff of trying to cover up the decapitation by discouraging the couple from getting an autopsy, encouraging them to have their son cremated, and wrapping and propping the body up to make it appear that the head was still attached.
Yes, the way they gave the baby to her.
They gave the baby to her.
The way they gave the baby to her.
Like it was.
It was like the baby was all together. So here's what happened. They was pulling on this infant's head so hard. Do you know, an infant, their body is very, nigga, you decapitated the body and then try to put it together like the baby was whole and the baby died? Nigga, they about to be paid. Now that is a lifetime of PTSD. For both parents. They will never get over
20
that.
years old. Like,
they had a whole life. Yo, how do you move on from that?
How in my in here, the visual is screwing me up.
Yo, so here's what you did. You swallowed the baby and swallowed the baby's head in there with
like,
the body?
Yeah. You like it was still together. So she had to deliver the baby's head vaginally because, of course, you pulled it off and go in there and get the rest of the baby out of it with a C-section. What type of demon?
Yo, there's a special place in hell for this woman, for this doctor. And unfortunately, this doctor was black. It is a black lady. It is a sister. It's a black lady. You know what I mean? It is a black lady. It's a black lady who did this. You know what I mean? And the hospital is very negligent because they tried to cover it the fuck up.
Yes, they did.
You know what I mean? I hope at the end of the day, they own their parents. They take everything from these motherfucking people, the hospital and everything. Like, do you know what kind of trauma if this couple decides to stay together, if they do stay together? What happens if they have another child, they get pregnant again? They're not going to trust nobody.
You could never come in here with that. Like, she would be hard pressed to believe.
She would not trust nobody.
She would not believe that every pregnancy won't end up in the same. We will never trust another doctor. Like you probably can't have
that falls back to what you said earlier, because it's going to be in the back of your mind because it happens
PTSD.
to you right then. PTSD. That's going to happen to you. That shit is crazy, man. You know what I mean? But this is, you know what I mean? They tried to cover it up, Randy. Tried to cover it up.
George said that the doctor would not have made it out alive.
As a father, yeah, I agree with Torch right then and there. I'd have killed you with my bare hands. I'd have been trying to sever your fucking head.
Decapitate you.
Know what I mean? It wouldn't have mattered. Male, woman, bird, cat. It wouldn't have mattered at that fucking point. Somebody would have had to die. You know what I mean? There's no way you gonna bring my baby to me in two pieces.
And then don't tell me like, bro.
And then lie about it.
Can you atone? Imagine you being the doctor and me being, or you being my assistant, and you see this shit. You're standing there. What's your tone? You're standing as my assistant and you see this shit and you don't say nothing.
Nah, nigga.
I'm not covering shit up for you.
So as the assistant, that motherfucker got to go too, because you right there, you know what's going on.
Somebody
should have been in. A nurse, somebody be like, oh, nigga, we got to stop. We can't do this. This is wrong. Something's not right. And when nobody did that shit, all of them are accountable.
According to the literature, the person did say that's way too much force, doc, but the doctor kept pulling. So I don't know if that alleviates the person, but I think it kind of negates it when you hide it. And then
you made shit worse.
Yeah.
You lied. You made shit worse. So what Batman said, 50 million, nah, nigga, ain't even 50 million. You couldn't even come at me with 50 million. You better change that shit up, like when they said. Change that M to a B. You know what I mean?
Ooh, facts.
Even then, you that's like putting a fucking price tag on my kid. Can you put a price tag on one of your kids?
No.
You know what I mean? Can you? You can't. You know what I mean? So if you came at me, insulted me with $50 million, hell no,
That's
nigga.
what Quran said at minimum.
No.
Look, Torch said that I'm going to jail. My wife will be a millionaire after suing.
Billionaire. Stop saying millionaire.
Tweety said.
Stop saying millionaire.
That's my hospital now. Tweety Memorial Center.
Yes. That's what we starting at. You know what I mean? Yo, y'all don't have enough money to millions of dollars could not. You got to change that million to a B and talk about billions. You got to talk about billions. I don't want to hear it. Because the mere fact that you lied about it and then tried to cover it up, billions.
Torch said that story literally just made me nauseous.
It did but it's a true story, bro. When I first seen it, I was like, unbelievable. I was fucking fucked up with it. You know what I mean? It's real shit.
You can't imagine that even in a movie. You can't. The parents are only 20 years.
They're only 20 years old. They're babies. They're still babies though.
Young.
She just went through 9 months of being pregnant. They're both thinking
with the baby moving, knowing that their baby is alive.
The baby never had a birthday.
They're thinking that this is gonna be the next 18 years of their lives, and then the day that it's supposed to happen, the happiest day of your life, which is supposed to be. First of all, you have to go through all of that of trying to give birth. And then after trying to give birth, you get a baby in 2 pieces.
By a professional. This is what you do for a living. And guess what? That baby never had a birth date. The baby never had a birth date.
It got a death date, though.
Got a death date. It should be. That's what it should be. The baby never had a birth date.
Nah, it got a death date, though. You know what I mean? Death date. My sister said, unfortunately, this type of treatment happens to black women all the time. Look at the maternal and infant mortality rate for black women. We'll look that shit up and see.
And Dr. Umar Johnson, I watched a podcast with him, and he was talking about that, about how, unfortunately, more black women dying from giving birth than ever before. More babies.
So my sister just said, she was like, if I told you what happened in the maternity units of hospitals that she worked in, you know what I mean? I don't even want to know.
Call in.
We got to call her? Oh, yeah. And then guess what? And that's what my daughter said. No, my daughter had her babies at home. And I didn't understand. Like, bro, like, what if something happens? But then I realized there's a doula there. There's a doctor that's there. She had her baby at home. She's like, no, I don't want any of that. And you know what they say, too? That the way we give birth, it goes against our... Like, we're supposed to give birth by gravity. So really, you're supposed to squat like they do in Africa. They squat and have those babies. They got us on our back with the stirrups and our legs up, which doesn't help the baby, and it doesn't help the birth. Yeah. And you know birth, pain in birth kill people.
Yeah, it does. That's a whole nother level of pain. But on the same token, women are strong enough to stand and squat and...
Yes, Brittany did. I saw her do it.
Shout out to Brittany.
I saw her do it. You know how big she was when she was pregnant. That baby, and look, I said, you know what, you got it. And T-Mac daughter wanted to have her baby at home too, but she ran into some trouble. She ended up having to go to the hospital, but she definitely planned on having a home birth.
Have a home birth. Yeah. I gotta give them that. Some women want to have their home birth, no drugs, no nothing, just straight up. Let me experience the shit. You know what I mean? But on the same token, man, in this motherfucking particular situation with these families, these are babies. These are 20-year-olds. These are 20-year-old kids. Because at 20 years old, you're still a fucking kid. You know what I mean? You're just starting to whatever. You know what I mean? You just barely got out of fucking high school or whatever not that long ago. And now you had a baby, and now this is a traumatic experience that they're dealing with. You know what I mean? The disrespect of this hospital, you know what I mean, is unbelievable.
From the top down.
All the way. The whole thing. When you try to cover this up, nigga, you really insulted the person's intelligence. For me, I'd have been on a murderous spree in the hospital. You know what I mean? I'd have came back and had to kill everybody. So I mean, it wouldn't have been nothing to really talk about, man.
That's what I'm saying. How did they tell them? Like, how did they find out?
Out of having to, because they tried to piece the baby together. They tried that.
At the end of the day, so Ty said they're probably going to go legally and put some type of BS on the cap of the settlement. You decapitated an infant. She gave birth to the head, and they had a C-section to pull out the body.
Oh, I'm sick.
The head's probably the hardest part to give birth to, really too. Like,
but I think so. Me giving birth to two babies, right? I was gonna say it's the shoulders. Once the baby comes out, it's a certain way. You have to like, if you see it, they turn them in a way where this comes out
versus coming out directly like this.
So the baby, maybe the lady's hole wasn't big enough; they couldn't sustain it, and she should have been in C-section, which is what this is saying. They delayed the process, and now they're trying to force the baby out.
Yeah, and at that point, so when my ex went into labor with Niera, right? She went into labor at 5 o'clock in the morning. I thought the motherfucking nasty nigga peed in the bed, but it was a water breaking, right? Mm-hmm. We go to the hospital. Niera's heartbeat fine. You know what I mean? Niera wasn't born until 3 o'clock in the morning the next day. You know what I mean? Because Niera decided to come down to a certain point and stopped. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the doctor looked and was like, we can't do nothing else. We're going to go in here and we're going to take her out because she's not healthy.
Yeah.
At that point, that was what that doctor should have did.
At that point.
And so before that baby got to that point, you should have been like, you know what? Something's not right. Let's just have a C-section to pull this baby out of you and call it a day. And you didn't do that. And as a doctor, you should know better. I can understand
This
if
is what you do.
you work in a hospital, you're a doctor, you went to school for this, you know better. So this is not somebody on the corner that's like, oh, we're gonna have to
Fly
give birth.
by night.
No, nigga.
It ain't the
You
EMS,
can try to
it ain't
put-
the police, it ain't
you
the
can-
civilian who decided to help you. You went where you were supposed to go. To the
Exactly.
people who were supposed to do this. You're supposed to have 100% trust in the fact that this is going to go this way.
Got a caller.
Oh, we got a caller.
Caller, who we got?
Had to settle and brainwash them. $1 billion is the least amount.
Well, hold on. Because now if you got fucking family.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, Ramona, give me a second, Ramona. You know what I mean? If you got fucking family, right? They ain't gonna let you go. These kids got parents and grandparents and
Who was
nah,
expecting that-
nigga,
expecting
was
a
expecting their
grandbaby.
grandbaby. You think because they 20, they just gonna be able to? Nah, nigga, it ain't gonna work like that, my guy. Hell no. Ramona, what we talking about? Talk to me,
Tor
sis.
said was the date.
Hey.
Hey.
First of all, morning,
Good
y'all.
morning.
But good morning. Yes, what they do to black women is unrealistic. So I'm actually going to give you guys a personal example of a good friend of mine. She was 25. She was going to have her first baby. We worked in the hospital. Okay, we worked there. Everyone on the unit knew she was pregnant. Everyone was expecting her to come in. She was doing great. She had preeclampsia. No one diagnosed her. I looked at her and I told her, I said, you have a lot of swelling. You should talk to your doctor about that. Doctor said it's fine. It's because it was the weather, so on and so forth. Long story short, she had she's going in for a scheduled C-section. She arrived to the hospital the day of the scheduled C-section. The hospital looked at her and told her, all the beds are full. You got to come back. She was like, no. I work here. I was told that I need to be here today, so on and so forth. Baby was moving. Everything was fine. She had to leave the hospital, like literally stand outside, call the chief nursing officer so she could get put into the unit for, again, a scheduled C-section.
Wow.
She got there. By the time she got there, the baby's heartbeat dropped off the monitor. The baby died.
Oh,
The
no.
umbilical cord wrapped around his neck. And then, to add insult to injury, they admitted her and told her, you've got to deliver that baby naturally.
Yes, you do.
So that she sat there 2 days. But here was the kicker. The baby was in there for so long, his skin started to deteriorate in her body.
Inside her.
And they had to take her in for an emergency C-section because she was about to go into sepsis. She lost over 3 quarts of blood.
Oh, my God.
25.
Not giving
25.
I remember that.
Mona.
First,
I remember that.
you remember it, right?
I remember.
First
Mona,
baby.
you know what's
It
crazy?
was absolutely crazy.
My-
It was crazy. And then, on top of that, after the baby died, they were like, oh, those things kind of happen. Even though they were negligent across the board,
Of course you're
allowed
negligent.
the baby's father to sit in the hallway crying and mourning his son while these white parents got to run around and be like, oh, my God, he's so healthy, he's so beautiful. Didn't even care.
That's
Told him to
dirty.
pull himself together. That's what they told him.
I could imagine
That's
that
only
being
one
the
story.
case.
I can't even tell you the amount of lawsuits because instruments were left in bodies that
Yes.
were sewn up.
Yes.
Babies dropped. Things that were there was another young lady. She was she's a Latina. She kept complaining about a headache after she had her baby. They were like, take some Tylenol, brushed it off. She went to go take a shower and dropped dead. She had an aneurysm.
See?
All of these things, and she's another one. She was 26. So they had to go home with the baby but with no mother. So these kind of things happen to BIPOC women because our pain, anything that we try to advocate for ourselves is always brushed off, right? And it's Anthony, Tone, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. I definitely encourage anyone to look it up. It's absolutely 100% true. If a white woman comes in and says, I have a little bit of pain, they're going to admit her and they're going to do a full workup. If it's a black woman or a BIPOC woman, they're going to discount it. And they're always going to say, oh, she's probably trying to get drugs. She's trying to get pain. They're always going to discount it. It's unfortunate that we always have to be our biggest advocate. So I'm sorry to hear about this young woman that had her baby decapitated, but it's unfortunately happening in America all the time.
Indeed it is. Mona,
And that's all I need to say, y'all.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right,
I
I'll talk to y'all later.
Yes, ma'am. So, Tone, when I was pregnant both times, I tolerate pain. I have a high threshold for pain. So when I got there, like she said, the first thing they said to me was, "Go home. You're not." I said, "Listen."
Bullshit.
I said, I don't feel right. I think I was younger then, so I said I don't feel right. I said my contractions are this many. They was like, no, but clearly you can't be in labor. I said my mother said we're gonna walk to this car. I'm gonna go get my stuff. We're gonna sign you in. I'm not trying to hear nothing that she's talking about. When I came back home, I walked to the car. I was in PG. I walked to the car and I came back and I insisted that they look at least look at me. I was 9 centimeters. 9.
Baby, ready to come out.
Ready to come out. When I got in my room at 6. Brittany was born at 6:07. That's how fast that shit went. And if I didn't have my mom to advocate, if I didn't say,
exactly.
I would have. There's no telling.
And a lot of these young black women don't have these people to advocate for them. You know what I mean? Batman said they're not going to give $1 billion for a black life. Unfortunately, but something's got to give. Torch made a point earlier and was like, here's a question. Where was the father when all of this transpired? Because I know I wasn't there when Ariana was born, but I was there when my other two were born, and it was like, I was there. Like, from the whole step of the whole way. You know what I mean? Neither one of my kids were born vaginally. They were both born by C-section. Okay. But I was right there the whole time. They took her in the room, opened her up, and the doctor was like, yo, you're going to be sick. You're probably going to be fucked up. And I was like, no. I was like, oh, shit, that's what it looks like inside there? Oh, what, really? And I watched them pull my child out and do all that shit. You know what I mean? Most times the father is there. Was the father not there when this was?
He had to be. Well, I don't know about the...
We don't know if he's there. I'm
just
curious because if I'm a father and I'm there and something's not sounding right, man, I'm fucking all y'all up right then and there.
He's 20, though. And this is your first time. I'm just like to flip the script around. It's your first time. You don't really kind of know what's going on.
When the heartbeat stopped is when I would have my issue. When the heartbeat stopped, the fuck is going on? The fuck is going on?
At that point, they have said now we're going to take her down the hall to go and do the thing that they should have done. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm 2 and 2 is making 4, and we doing Monday night. I mean Monday morning quarterback. But at that moment when you excited and you 20 and you stupid and you not stupid, but you young and you immature, you don't really know, and all that seems like it's supposed to be happening until after the fact. I'm sure he would look back and was like, damn, that baby was supposed to cry. They was supposed to.
When you noticed that nothing else came out and you stopped and talked about you have to take her down the hall for what? To prep her for a C-section. Did the head come out first and then the baby come out later?
Yes. The baby head was delivered vaginally. And
so she was bleeding like shit.
That's what Day said.
Well, it's a baby, so it's an infant baby, so there's not a lot of blood, but there's still blood though.
But then there's blood associated with birth.
So how did they cover that up? If I'm a father, I'm standing right there and I see my baby's head born and the rest of it don't come out?
See, Tone.
Nigga, that's instant. I'm killing everybody. I'm killing everybody.
Decapitating means the head was separated from the body. Don't mean that it probably was like off, but not off. You understand what I'm saying?
Hold on,
because you can't.
It was off. You gave birth to the head and went and had a C-section to pull the body out. That means the head was here and the body was there.
I'm talking about at the time when they decided, oops, we fucked up. Because there had to be, all this stuff wouldn't make sense if there was blood everywhere and all of it makes sense. I'm saying, like, if you know you fucked up, this is what you do, Tom. Hear me out. This is what you do for a living every day. I know I fucked up. I know I fucked up. Let's go. And at that point, while they doing this, of course you can be doing this. And then away from people who aren't medical professionals. If that head came off on the floor, this would be bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something that was done where it just wasn't so obvious to people that's standing there because you cannot not see.
So you covered it up.
Maybe it was happening, and when they finally realized it was too late, they were taking them to the operating room to have the C-section, and maybe that's when they took out the head, or that's what like in the room away from the husband.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
it had to be.
It's fucked up anyhow you look at it. You know what I mean? So as a father, right? I didn't play them games. I stayed with my child the whole way. You know what I mean? From the time that I'd seen them come out out her stomach, and they did all that shit, I was right there the whole time. I followed you niggas around everywhere I went. And so between her and I stayed at the hospital. I didn't go home. I stayed at the hospital. You know what I mean? And she was adamant. I don't want my baby in the nursery. My baby stays here with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And with me being in there with her, so while she slept, I was with the baby. The baby, only time they took my baby away was to do, like for my son, What's to do the little
The circumcision.
Yeah, circumcision. Outside that, nah, nigga, I was there every step of the way. Nah, you not. Nah, bro. Yeah, very adamant about that.
The thing that's so messed up is they probably, like what you were saying, they probably didn't realize at first. They probably just didn't know, and they thought this is routine and this is what happens, you know? And then when they finally realized, they're probably looking back on it, thinking about every second of what would happen. And the worst thing is, they're probably blaming themselves for a lot of parts. They're like, wow, if I had just, like, I know it's still their fault, but still, if I had just realized this at this time, maybe I could have.
Who's blaming?
Like the parents. Like, they could be blaming themselves because...
I don't see that. I
mean, like, yeah, they're going to put most of the blame on, like, I mean, basically all the blame on the doctors. Okay. But, like, at the same time,
I should have saw
the end of the day,
I should have known.
At the end of the day,
I should.
It's not even that you should have.
The mother is laying there in fucking pain, giving birth. Yeah. The mother, at that point in time, she is laying there giving birth. What else could she possibly say? I could have did this differently.
T-Mac said it too. The head was still attached, but it was severed. So it was just pulled away enough to kill him, but it wasn't detached.
Okay. But when they said they gave the baby, they made it look like the head was still part of the body.
Yes. And at that point, that was...
We know an infant...
That was some other shit. Because if you gave vaginally...
It would make sense because now you're pulling this baby out, but the head is still down in the canal or whatever it is, and you're pulling on it to get out. That's where it could be severed.
And guess what? And now we probably gotta sever it because the head is stuck. We probably have to. Yes, it ain't coming out. We probably have to do it.
They had to put the mother under. They had to put her under. Do something. Like, she's not woke while they're doing this.
Yes, you're awake when you have a C-section.
Yeah, Nikki was, but Nikki didn't know her ass from her elbow.
Because that's why you don't fucking know.
That shit they gave her had her on a whole other fucking level. She didn't even know her name. She was nigga.
You gotta cut through 7 layers of skin. 7 layers.
And had the shit pried open and everything. And it was wild.
That's your whole, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, just the point of that. The point of that is just like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, you're professionals.
Pay these motherfuckers. Give me a hospital.
When you know, as a baby, we know babies are very fragile. Very, very fragile. That's why when a baby is born, you got to shape the head, because some of your mamas didn't shape your heads. That's why you have the head shape now. My mama didn't shape mine. That's why I got the Great Wall of China back there. But you shaped your baby's head. You know how soft that shit is?
Yeah. Because it's forming when it come out. Like, you do all that shit. Inside is all soft because it's soft in there. It's inside.
So you can't be the level of force that you were pulling. You know what I mean? Like, all kind of fucked up every way you look at it. It's negligent. Any way you look at it, it's just fucked up. You know what I mean? I don't think there's no amount of money that's going to fucking take this family's grief and pain away. Nothing.
She should get the death penalty. She should. She should never be able to practice again. Ever. You should never. Yes. And other shit.
Murder. That's murder.
And other shit.
That's murder. And everybody else that was in that fucking operating room is accessories to the fact. They're accessories. You know what I mean? Because you knew what this motherfucking doctor was doing and you knew something was wrong. You should have stopped her right then and there. Period. Y'all all wrong. All y'all go to jail. You know, that's just what it is.
Okay, Tom.
Yeah. That's another fucking day.
Another fine Monday.
Interesting Monday.
It was. Great conversation. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all for your calls and appreciate y'all.
Yes. You know what I mean? Thank y'all for letting us help y'all get y'all morning going.
Some of these motherfucking views, I got to do some shit to make it interesting for y'all, but some shit I agree with and some shit I don't agree with. Wednesday, nigga!
Bike night.
Me there, nigga, because I'm going to be there. So somebody, Moet posted a motherfucking picture of Kiki in deep concentration mode while she was playing shit. You know what I mean? And they was like, yo, she was focused. You know what I mean? I know Kiki is on Get Back this week.
Yes.
She is on Get Back this week, so I'm going to be there because I am the champion. I won. I'm going to be there. I had to defend my title. If I see Scar come up in the building, Scar, and we won, I'm going to dab you up. What up, my nigga? But sit down at this bones table. Let's get it, my guy. You know what I mean? Let's
get my lick back.
She want her lick back. But I'm going to see y'all on Wednesday. I'm going to see y'all at Double Down for Fight Night. And then on Saturday, I'll see y'all in New York, man. Y'all know what it is. Ride with me, man. Kick it with your boy. Let's party a little bit. Let's have some fun.
I'm Kiki.
I'm Zone.
Real Talk Uncensored. Peace. Good job, Tone.
I had to stir the pot on some shit.
I love it.